you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's BS Free. I am your host, Marlon, along with Tracy Carson, along with Anna Hart, along with Theus. And yeah, you know what we're going to talk about. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So we ain't going to play around and footsie around and get you all the little pops and giggles. We're going to talk about Trump being indicted on what started off as 7 counts and wound up with 37 counts.
37 now? I heard 32. Wow.
37.
I thought I heard 38, so I don't even know.
Oh,
37 about right.
But
Okay.
it's 37 counts. As you know, I always try to teach this as a classroom lesson type thing, so we ain't gonna deep dive all into it and everything. We're gonna start from the beginning all the way up to, you know, what we know here and now. Obviously, we may have even more news come next week, because he has to show up in a federal courthouse in Miami, Florida for the arraignment. So before we'll see how that goes. We'll see what comes from that. We'll see what comes from it. It could be cut and dry. Here are the counts, which basically that's all the arraignment is. Here are the counts. Blah blah blah. We're just saying it to your face. That's all really arraignment is. I mean, I know there's a bunch of nuances in it, but in short term, that's all it really is. We're reading you what we're charging you with. But
the only thing I think can come out of it that'd be a little different, and let's see what happens, has nothing to do with Trump. It's all about Eileen Cannon, because this is when she's going to throw us a curveball or she's going to play it straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's hope for the latter. Hello, Tracy. How's everything going tonight?
Hi. Tired. I was going to do a video today, but I'm like, nope, change my mind. Nope.
It happens. Every time I sit here and go, I got to do a video, and then the closer I get to doing the video, I'm so tired. Yeah, I already sent the thumbnail out, so
it took me 2 hours to clean one room. Oh,
you need to start tidying up the move, though.
That's what I was doing. I'm like, I'm gonna do it ahead of time.
Well, then, yeah, that sounds about right. Then, yeah, 2 hours sound about right per room. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anna, how's everything going? You feeling a little better than yesterday?
Yeah, I'm really sorry that I had to drop out on you like that, but feeling better, but also just tired. Something is in the air today.
Yeah.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
But I had a visit with my nephew, my brother, so.
Oh, cool. This?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop telling fibs to myself and be like, look, I'm just gonna, guest spot on y'all stuff and stop recording because I'm just not interested in it. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's stuff. It's like I'll be having stuff I want to talk about, and then by the time it's time to turn on the camera, I'm like, I don't even feel like it now, and it's just like, why? So I'm about to shut all that down and just focus on the new project.
Well, then you have to do a video on the new project.
I was about
yeah,
to
but
say.
it won't be video based, so it wouldn't be the same thing, Like every once in a while I'll be doing videos. It's like updates and advertising what we're doing and stuff like that. But as far as like just constantly putting out content, that's not the nature of the business. So
right,
we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we tired disease.
Yeah, Anna was right. It's fatigue in the air today. I don't know what it is. I mean, I did everything that I was supposed to do, but trust me when I tell you, I drug myself to do it because it had to be done, not because I wanted to do it. First thing I wanted to do when I got up is to lay back down, and it's like, if I don't get up, I don't know when I'm getting up. So,
and then tomorrow's Monday, so
yeah. But hey, next Monday, Juneteenth.
What about next Monday?
Next Monday is Juneteenth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Sunday is Father's Day.
Yeah.
I'll take Father's Day over Juneteenth. Honestly, I'll take more pride in being a father than I take pride in Juneteenth. So
I was all for Juneteenth before it became a national holiday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Been celebrating it. Thanks for nothing.
Thanks for it. Appreciate it. Sorry, pieces of. Anyway,
if you just stop killing us in the street, maybe we could.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You want us to celebrate us? You want us to celebrate a holiday that was nothing but a massacre. Appreciate it. Thank you.
No, Juneteenth wasn't a massacre.
It's they learned it 2 years too late.
No, it was the 2 years too. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I get my holidays of, F upness in this country mixed up. So forgive me.
We got November to look forward to, Hip Hop Month.
Without further ado, let's get this party started. All right, before we get started, let's see who's already out there. Oh, as always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I cannot do it like Anna. Anna, you're going to have to start doing this again. I can't do yours.
I tried to put one in today, and
it won't let you.
I've updated YouTube. I've restarted my phone. I don't know what else to do.
I didn't know you can update YouTube.
Well, you know how
Check your apps for updates.
yeah, that.
Oh, okay. I'm still having issues with YouTube. Like, I pull up YouTube and it just freezes until it unfreezes. And then I come to the conclusion I can't even pull up 2 YouTube videos at the same time anymore. So I thought it was an update for it. All right. I like you.
Hey, Mickey.
Thank you, Mickey.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
Mickey,
We missed you yesterday.
We did. Yes. We had a story for you and everything, Mickey. We had a Red Robins. We had a Red Robins just for you, but never mind, you wasn't here. Hey, Parker.
Hey, Mr. Parker.
All right, so let's go ahead and start from the very beginning, the breaking news of Donald Trump's indictment.
Good evening, and we're coming back on the air at this hour with major developments in the special counsel's investigation into former President Donald Trump. ABC News has confirmed at this hour that Donald Trump and his lawyers have just been informed about 20 minutes ago that the former president needs to be at a federal court in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. to be processed on federal charges. This, of course, would be the first president ever to be indicted on federal charges. I want to bring in several members of our investigative team, beginning with Catherine Falders, our senior reporter. And Catherine, what are your sources telling you as far as the number of counts at this point and the range of what's being charged here?
David, we're learning from our sources that there appears to be at least 7 counts here. This ranges from everything from the willful retention of national defense information to conspiracy, to a scheme to conceal, to false statements and representations. Obviously, this is part of a more than years-long investigation by special counsel Jack Smith and Trump's efforts to obstruct the government to give documents in his possession with classification markings back to government investigators who at multiple times throughout this investigation have tried to retrieve them from Trump. They still had questions about whether Trump still currently has classified documents in his possession. But again, we're learning that at this hour, we're told by our sources that there are at least 7 counts here, and they range from everything from willful retention of national defense information to conspiracy to concealing documents of record, David.
So there's the beginning. Obviously, we knew it was coming, and I should have said something about it. That we knew it was coming. We never knew when, and it wasn't because of the media or anything like that. Because Donald Trump don't know how to keep his damn mouth closed, and he told everybody that how dare the DOJ indict me. So he told everybody that he was gonna get indicted. And lo and behold, here it is. The last time he did that, how dare New York try to indict me? And here we are.
Why does it always happen on Tuesday? Sorry.
Tuesday.
They did this one on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't they?
No, it don't matter. I know. They said,
yeah, this one they did on Thursday, so you can get a whole weekend of buzz.
Oh, well.
Get your 3 days in, and yeah. So,
yeah. Normally they wait until like Friday at 6 o'clock.
Put on that news dump that nobody will pay attention to.
Right.
But
No,
this
Trump
is gonna
did
make
something that brings in clicks. So
this is gonna make the major media companies millions. So they want to stay out ahead of it as best they can anyway. The thing that annoyed me about it, and this isn't even about the political part, was about how we constantly get manipulated through our consumption. Notice that it's first president in history to be indicted. And then they kind of stop there, right? But the reason he's the first president in history to get indicted is because he's the first one to be credibly suspected of treason against his own country. He's the first one to be prosecuted for sexual abuse. He's the first one to flaunt all of the procedures and understandings of the office in modern history. So, yeah, he's the first one. but finish the sentence.
Well,
You know,
I think what he was saying was because he and if he said it,
he was
if
getting
said,
his
I
click.
wasn't
That's
paying
what he was
attention to it. He should have said the first president to be charged in it. Like, yeah, of course. He should have said he's the first former president to be federally charged.
Well, he said it the way he said it for a reason because he's not alone. Like all of the media
Everybody's saying
scandals
Everybody's
do it
pretty
that
much
way,
saying.
right? They all
Mhm.
do it that way
Oh,
because
Mhm.
this is our new soap opera, right? The media was hurting so bad the first year and a half of Biden's presidency. They didn't have anything. Trump was being quiet. There wasn't enough stuff going on. They needed Trump. Trump is back. He's making them millions like they used to get because we are all obsessed with the soap opera. Rightfully so. I mean, this is a big deal, but it's like they're just playing with us, and it's so annoying. It's like I feel like my intelligence is being insulted every time I click on one of these stupid things.
No,
I'm
I
like,
guarantee you
Well, who's
every
making
time
you
it's
click?
something.
You could just not click on it.
yeah, I could.
I mean, are they really manipulating the story? I mean, everything he said was a fact.
But that's
Like he said, he did
Tracy,
not
you're missing my
misspeak.
point. It's not about whether what he said was true. It's about how you convey the message. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know,
just telling the truth is one thing, but you can massage things.
Well, what are they gonna say? Former President Trump was indicted today. I mean, that's they're doing their job.
This is entertaining. I like where you're going with this, Tracy. But it's like you can see. You look at this and you say, "Well, this is just how they do it." And I'm saying, yes, that this is how they do it. And I'm saying that there's a problem with how they do it. They do infotainment. They don't do.
Yeah. I mean, they've been
straight
doing
up
this
news. So, but that doesn't make it right. So I'm speaking on what aspect of it I don't like. Kind of like how Biden can do 12 things right, but if he does one thing that's not perfect, you gonna hang him out to dry and say how evil and terrible he is. It's a similar thing. We focus on the parts that irk us, and that part irks me.
But that's the deal, though. We live in a society, America or where it is. I'm American, so I can always speak for America, where we always like drama, tragedy, however the negative. Let's put it all in one big bubble. Negative. You're right. You may get one sweet story. And that's why I was mad at y'all a long time ago. I done finally got over it. But that's why I was mad at
Have you though?
Yeah, because I was like, I can put 50,000 of these tragic little stories, and y'all will give me a good hour of talk. I put on a sweet story, and it's like, no, that's fake. No. I'm like, what? Where are we coming from where anything that's nice?
We like the train wreck. Think about it.
Well, we do. That's why good news doesn't sell, right?
No.
But at the same time, Marlon, let's just be real. The 2 times that I can think of that you put out one of your little feel good stories, they were BS, dude. I mean, they were like,
you know, start him on the old lady.
Nice story, but they fake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool, but
well,
I mean, we can't pretend that
I got another nice story coming next week. So let's see if y'all beat up on that too, like y'all like to do.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
we
like
might.
It's like when we're driving in the car and we see an accident. I'm going to slow down a little bit to see what's going on.
I never do. None of my business. I ain't trying to help you, so I ain't gonna do it.
And I don't know them.
Look, I never do.
I slow down enough to see. Let me see if I recognize that car. Nope, I don't know them people. I'm out.
Oh, I'm in Atlanta, so odds are I definitely don't know you. But I'm all about how do I not create the next accident?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we want to see.
How do
that's
I keep...
a self-reflection.
That's what NASCAR is. Do you really go to NASCAR to see the cars go around in a circle, or do you like the bumping and
it's funny?
Crash?
Realistically, though, I mean, for people like us who may not care about NASCAR, that's what we're watching for. Kind of like I don't like hockey, So if there's a hockey match and you try to make me watch it and there's no fight, then I'm like, why was I watching this, right? But the vast majority of the people who watch hockey and watch NASCAR are really watching the sport. They're keeping track of the points, the positioning, who's the driver. I work for a car company, so the people I work with are deep in these car racing things. They deep. And I'm like,
for the rest of
dude,
us,
they
we're
drive.
looking for,
It's a
okay,
big
when are
left
they going to
turn.
fight? When are they going to fight?
Do me a favor. Let me move on real quick because just you talking about it made me sleepy. So let's move on to what happened as the Trump turns immediately after being indicted. This happened.
A shakeup of former President Trump's legal team after he was indicted on federal charges. Sources tell ABC News 2 of Trump's attorneys have now resigned. This after a grand jury indicted the former president on charges related to his handling of classified documents. And this shakeup of former President Trump's legal team comes hours after one of his attorneys downplayed that indictment on GMA. Jim Trusty told George Stephanopoulos this was just a regular dispute over documents.
Yeah, President Trump, this won't be a newsflash. He's a pretty resilient guy. He's a pretty tough-hided person, so he's not, crumbling in fear or anything remotely like that. He's upset by the notion of this indictment. It's a different conversation.
Now Trump says Trusty will no longer represent him in the case. I want to bring in ABC News executive editorial producer John Santucci for more. John, what are you hearing about this change to Trump's legal team?
It is an outright resignation. These were lawyers that had been by Donald Trump's side, had been working this case for the better part of a year. Charges come, they stepped out. And I think that also has to do with the fact, this is going to be surprising, Diane, there was infighting within Team Trump. We've heard that before. But what they're doing now is they're moving a new lawyer, but a familiar face, Todd Blanche, into the lead position.
I believe in him. I quit.
I mean, it was time for them to go.
Yeah.
They did their part.
Now listen I don't have circumstantial evidence on this at all. This is just...
He probably didn't pay him old cheap wad.
I don't know about that either. But
they were saying some people weren't getting paid, though.
There's a lot of people that wasn't getting paid. A lot of law firms ain't getting paid. But I've always heard the whole resignation thing, and sometimes it comes from you're out of here. So either I can fire you or you can resign. Like I said, I don't have proof of this, but in corporations, they would rather just have you save face and you can resign, or I'm going towards a different route in my life, or spend more time with my family, whatever you want to use.
He's a pretty resilient
I
guy.
think they just served their time. Like, it's like these lawyers are used in teams, So you got the people who do all this work for your publicity side. You got all these people who do your paperwork stuff. You got all these people who do your courtroom stuff, and they're not always the same people. And so I'm looking at it like these were the lawyers that were doing their best to keep you from being indicted. And you went and did like the Midas brothers always say, make attorneys get attorneys. You went and put all of them in danger by lying left and right after they've signed documents. So they're like, okay, it's just time. Transition out, because you're going now. Right? It's going to trial now. You need a whole new you need a whole trial team to get in here, and you need a PR team. His PR is going to be running overtime because they're going to do their best to muddy the water so that they can corrupt any jury pool in Florida that they can. It's going to be a complete food fight for the next year.
They can work the overtime. They ain't going to get paid for it.
You do get paid for jury duty.
We're talking about Trump. I'm talking about the PR people working overtime.
Oh, yeah.
They all they want to. They ain't going to get paid for it. LOL, this will be a story that ends like, and then I decide to bake my best friend some cupcakes and everything is perfect. Now, Parker, stay out of this. So let's move on to now the indictments are unsealed. Like I said, it's 37 counts. I got two videos that's going to break it down a little more. So we can talk about the first part of it, then we'll, swing it to the second part. So the first part is these documents are now completely unsealed, and this was some of the things. This is the indictment itself.
Rob DeSanctimonious and his indictment right here for you, as this is going to be really the major news story all the way leading up to Tuesday when he is arraigned here. So let's break it all down for us. In the indictment, it says Trump twice showed classified documents to other people here. It says Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of the United States of America. He held office from January 20th. 2017 until January 20th of 2021. So that is just some of the opening right there. But I want to get to really the meat here of this indictment. Like I said, it was just unsealed here. And we're going to do our best here to bring you the biggest story right here on Live Now from Fox. So let's read out this indictment. It says, over the course of his presidency, Trump gathered newspapers, press clippings, letters, notes, cards, photographs, official documents. Among the materials Trump stored in his boxes were hundreds of classified documents. The classified documents Trump stored in his boxes included information regarding defense and weapons capabilities of both the United States and foreign countries, United States nuclear programs, potential vulnerabilities of the United States and its allies to military attack, and plans for possible retaliation in response to a foreign attack. The unauthorized disclosure of these classified documents could put at risk the national security of the United States, foreign relations, the safety of the United States military and human sources, and the continued viability of sensitive intelligence collection methods. At 12 p.m. on January 20th, 2021, Trump ceased to be president. As he departed the White House, Trump caused scores of boxes, many of which contained classified documents, to be transported to the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida, where he maintained his residence. Trump was not authorized to possess or retain those classified documents. The Mar-a-Lago Club was an active social club which between January 2021 and August of 2022 hosted events for tens of thousands of members and guests. After Trump's presidency, the Mar-a-Lago Club was not an authorized location for the storage, possession, review, display, or discussion of classified documents. Nevertheless, Trump stored his boxes containing classified documents in various locations at the Mar-a-Lago Club, including in a ballroom, a bathroom, a shower, an office space, his bedroom, and a storage room.
So let's break.
Was anybody else surprised? Because when they said from the beginning, right, that Trump took some boxes, I, silly me, was thinking they had loaded boxes in the back of his SUV Caravan and taken some down to Mar-a-Lago. So in my brain, that's like 10, 20 boxes. This fool had a hoarder's realm of boxes. Like, he had truckloads of boxes. I'm like, that's not what I expected at all.
Oh, I did.
Go back to when they were going out of the White House. Yeah. There were people that walked out with busts.
Yeah.
He was doing this mess while he was president. I think that's the thing we're missing. He was doing this while this mess started while he held the office of the presidency. Not after, while he was doing this. They couldn't impeach him. Oh my gosh.
They did.
Well, they couldn't impeach him because of the Republican.
No, I mean, they impeached him, but they couldn't remove him from office.
Right.
Yeah, Republican, y'all don't got no kind of spine.
We read your mind.
None. Y'all don't got no spine.
But I
don't think they don't have a spine. They just as corrupt as he is. Well, they're knowingly doing the stuff they do.
No,
These are smart people.
That's why I don't even argue with people would go, come on, it's right there. You can say this, that's this, until the other. I was like, you're dealing with a group of people who know they full of BS. They know it. You're not going to catch them and sit there and go, well, remember this.
Oh, you got me.
Oh, you got me. Huh? You got me. I'm going to change my life around. No.
Like Clarence Thomas is just going to be like, man, you got me. You know.
I'm not going to go on those vacations anymore.
No, I'm not going to do. I don't want them. I don't want his money no more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to block him on all social media. Come on, folks. They know they full of it, but you got to remember this is how they get paid. Either by money or by power. They don't care about your little gotchas.
Power is a dangerous drug.
One of the most dangerous, yeah.
So, just to break this video down, because I heard one thing that actually shocked me. The amount of boxes, which I got a video showing the amount of boxes. Dude, you wasn't hiding them. You had them in a ballroom.
In your shower.
A live ballroom, by the way. I'm sorry, in a live ballroom, not a ballroom that was being renovated and nobody was going to go in there. They were throwing parties in the ballroom, and there it is on the stage.
Dude, you're in a state. You are at, like, if you've ever been on vacation and went and stayed on a resort. He's on a resort. You telling me you couldn't go get some rooms and put some stuff into?
They sell storage rooms.
In the shower?
They sell storage rooms. Oh no, but he figured, I better hide this on my personal.
He need to be able to go look at them.
He need to go look at them, so he got to keep them near. Yeah, that.
He needed to be able to brag about them.
No, he wanted to do more than brag
about
them.
If he was poor, you would find him in a room full of candy wrappers and old newspapers. That's what this man got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Foxy said, and I don't agree. Foxy said, "Are they going to try the insanity plea?"
No.
He's
not insane.
No. Nah, I don't.
His ego would not allow that.
They could never get it to stick. He's already said on multiple occasions. As a matter of fact, now that when you think about it, what he just said, and he rolled back that interview he did with Sean Hannity, and people were like, "Dude, he's trying to tell you how to lie." Like the woman on the video yesterday telling her husband to lie. But anyway, you got Sean Hannity telling you, "You wouldn't do that, would you?" Nah, you wouldn't do that. No, I did it. No, you didn't do that, right?
Do that.
No, I did it.
And I had the right to do it.
Then there's an
he just thought about it and he declassified them.
There's an audio of him because one of the things that Trump is known for, Trump was talking about this stuff in front of anybody and everybody, sharing the information with his colleagues, people who had no security clearance whatsoever. One of the audio has him saying, and these are some classified things and they secrets. And yeah, I know I had a way to declassify it, but I know I really can't do that. But just keeping a secret. So I'm like, thank you for putting on audio that you do.
No, the best was in that.
No, that ain't the best.
In that audio when he was like, "All right, now this is secret. Come look at this. This is secret."
Yeah, look at what I got.
Yeah. That one was.
But I still say he was selling. Now, this is my theory, my conspiracy theory. What I'm about to say is a conspiracy theory. He wanted to do more than brag about those documents.
No, it's all about money.
Yeah. There's no way he's sitting there taking all of those documents just to brag. That literally makes no sense to me.
He was black. I think his plan was to blackmail the government.
Brag, but everything that we know about Trump tells us that he's a man who likes to brag.
Yeah, but then he had more intentions of just bragging. Because
this guy's super smart.
Yeah, but him being president. Yeah, right. Him being president gives him the right to brag. Sorry, go ahead, Theus. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. But multiple times he has said that he's brought up the President Secrecy Act or whatever the terminology is, Records Act, right? He's brought that up multiple times, and each time he brought it up, he talked about how Nixon was able to hold on to classified documents and the U.S. government had to negotiate with him and pay him to get them back. His whole thing was, I am going to sell this information to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
America, if you're the highest bidder, I'll give it to you. Otherwise, it's going to these jokers over here.
Saudi
and that's
Arabia,
how he was,
Russia,
how
China.
he was rolling.
There's no
but
way
I'm
he
sitting
just
here
sold
laughing.
Imagine how
I'm
this
sitting here laughing my butt off, man, because I'm like, America, y'all did this to yourself. This is your comeuppance. The sad thing is that he's putting some real people's lives
in
at risk.
danger.
You know, but at the same time, America, you could have fixed this at any time. At any time, but
in the audio tape with Bob Woodward, he actually asked Woodward if he wanted to see them. Then he said, "I knew I shouldn't show them to you."
But did you want to see it? That's the one I remember.
That was during the bragging phase.
The man that broke Watergate. You're gonna ask the man that broke Watergate, "Hey, you want to see?" Wow.
Man, that dude wouldn't have got past the front gate. I don't care. You're not interviewing nobody in this building.
Yeah.
You're just trying to hide things. I don't want you nowhere around. I don't want you talking to the janitor. I don't want you talking to the dude who comes by to wash windows. I don't want Woodward in this building at all.
He broke Watergate, and you gonna ask him, "Do you want to see?" I know I shouldn't let you see it, but you want to see it?
Because
he can't help himself.
Because Trump
it's his ego.
How America did y'all elect this nitwit to be just how?
But that's
because
what
he gave them what they needed.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all can sit here and complain, America. Y'all can complain about what's going on now and how everything is and how dare he and everything else. I'm sorry. You were the people that put him in office. He can't steal from the White House if he's not in the White House.
That and of course, Hillary ran an awful, terrible campaign, but we're not gonna go back and visit that.
Y'all didn't want a woman running this country.
Sure didn't.
Because women need to stay in their place. And y'all just decided that y'all gonna have a conning, thieving, a person who put the United States of America in jeopardy in office to put the United States of America in jeopardy.
And I want to know.
I'm not talking about the side of my head because I know exactly what I meant. He put the United States of America in jeopardy just by being in the damn office. Now he's out of office and he's putting the United States of America in jeopardy. But anyway, let's go on to the second.
That's what they wanted.
Well,
let's go on to the second one. Let's go on to the second one. So there's a little bit more.
Room. On 2 occasions in 2021, Trump showed classified documents to others as follows. In July of 2021, at Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, during an audio recorded meeting with a writer, a publisher, and 2 members of his staff, none of whom possessed a security clearance, Trump showed and described a plan of attack that Trump said was prepared for him by the Department of Defense and a senior military official. Trump told the individuals that the plan was highly confidential and secret. Trump also said, as president, I could have declassified it, and now I can't, but this is still a secret. In August or September of 2021 at the Bedminster Club, Trump showed a representative of his political action committee who did not possess a security clearance, a classified map related to military operation, and the representative that he should not be showing it to the representative and that the representative should not get too close. The indictment also reads, on March 30th of 2022, the Federal Bureau of Investigation opened a criminal investigation into the unlawful retention of classified documents at the Mar-a-Lago Club. A federal grand jury investigation began next month. The grand jury issued a subpoena requiring Trump to turn over all documents with classified markings. Trump endeavored to obstruct the FBI and grand jury investigations and conceal his continued retention of classified documents by, among other things, suggesting that his attorney falsely represent to the FBI and grand jury that Trump did not have documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, directing a defendant Nata to move boxes of documents to conceal them from Trump attorney, the FBI, and grand jury, suggesting that his attorney hide or destroy documents called for by the grand jury subpoena, providing to the FBI and grand jury just some of the documents called for by the grand jury subpoena while claiming he was cooperating fully and causing a certification to be submitted to the FBI and grand jury, falsely representing that all documents called for by the grand jury subpoena had been produced, while knowing that, in fact, not all such documents had been produced there.
Sir.
In other words, hold on, I'll let you finish this. In other words, hey, Trump, we know what you're doing. Just give us the boxes back. Give us the documents back. Give us the hard drives back, and we'll just brush this under the rug and pretend like none of this happened. Just give us the stuff back, and we will be done with this. It'll be a footnote in history. It'll be a blip. Just give us the boxes back. Dude. You didn't even want to do that.
No, because they were his.
Mm-hmm.
He thought about it, declassifying them, so that declassified them.
If I came to you and said, give me your car, you just going to give me your car?
Depends. You got a gun. I mean, my car's fully insured, so okay. You got a gun.
No, I'm just asking for your car.
No,
I'm just a random guy. Not threatening in any way. Just say, hey, give me your car.
I got the logic, but if you come to me and say, give me my car or give me your car back, that's what these boxes are. It wasn't his. He could think whatever the hell he want to.
Yeah, they never belonged to him.
But that's what you're up against, is what he's claiming to think. The guy is a narcissist. His entire life, from the time he was a little kid, he's never been told no. He's always gotten what he wants. And his consequences have always been minimal, and there's always been somebody else to take the fall for him. But going to this video that we just watched, though, sir, I get it. It's hard sometimes to read live because they're giving you information as you're trying to do it, and they may even be talking in your ear while you're trying to do this. I get it. But, sir, this your job. I need you to not sound like a 10th grade high school student trying to read their paper in front of the class for the first time. I just need you to you got to tighten that one up, bro. You can't be it was what, you scared?
You shot all the words in there.
You shy?
There was some big words in there, Theos.
It's big words. It's big words for somebody who's had trouble getting through high school. It's big words for somebody who may not have had the opportunity, or maybe when they went to college, they were in mathematical disciplines. They weren't focused on language arts. Big words. But this guy's in journalism. He was the best one they had to put on TV. Okay, I'm done.
The funny thing about it is, honestly, because this was probably the first time he was reading it, and he thought it was cool just reading it cold.
I learned
that in English a long time ago. Even when they say read your paper, and everybody was like, "Why do I practice reading your paper? Why should I practice reading my paper? I'm the one that wrote it." Okay, this is what happens when you don't practice reading your paper. I'll
give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll say that he did not have the opportunity to read it beforehand.
Yeah,
I'll give him that, because this is all flowing. But you need to be better than that, sir.
Now you got to read Mickey's comment.
Her
last comment.
Her very last one.
Plus, he needed time for his goons to go through the documents.
That's what I'm saying.
Which would be best to sell to Putin, MBS, UN,
XI, and Xi. Kim Jong-un and President Xi.
Yep, China, Soviet Union, and whoever MBS is. I always forget who they are.
MBS is Saudi Arabia, the prince.
The crown prince,
Thank you.
Okay.
Manhattan.
Because you notice Jared Kushner got a whole lot of money from Saudi Arabia. See, this is what I'm like, he didn't just take those documents just, so I could brag. Nah.
No.
But I mean, he's been doing
I wasn't
these
saying
things.
that was the only reason.
No, I wouldn't. No, that wasn't it. That's just for anybody that says, because I've heard that a lot. I'm like, nah, y'all, it's more than that. Because he
But
does
it's
love
never
to
just
brag.
that with Trump. Like, people underestimate his intelligence all the time.
Hold on, Theo, before we get into another conversation, because we only got 5 minutes for the hour. I want you to see these pictures and just put it in perspective, because for them to tell you where the boxes is, that's one thing. You literally have to see where he put the boxes.
Through it, but as I'm going through it, I'm thinking about the convergence of so many different and unique elements that we have not seen all in one place.
So can I interrupt you for a second, because we have color photos. So instead of having to hold up these grainy black and white things, we talked about, Charles, there being lots of boxes on the stage, and there you see those boxes. And if you go through the document, they talk about, we don't know if they're these ones, but documents concerning nuclear weaponry, timeline and details of a foreign attack, military capabilities of foreign countries, regional military activities of foreign countries, and it goes on. And there you see just boxes stored. And again, in many cases, at least according to this indictment, in places where unknown numbers of people
that was the White and Gold Ballroom. If you can go back one, let's just see that. That's the stage of the White and Gold Ballroom. And they say for how long those were out there while there were other events being staged in that very room. Charles, just look at that, and the storage room as well, as Chris was just pointing out.
It's unbelievable and shocking in a number of respects, both to you, Andrea, and Chris. If you think about it, I had said for a number of times that the actual contents of the documents did not matter when you were simply talking about, number one, obstruction, and then number two, his retention of items that he should not have had. What was in those documents and his possession, those two things didn't necessarily need to be at this level in order for Jack Smith to move forward with a prosecution. But when you look at the 7 counts and what's actually in the indictment, those are what they are because of what the contents are and because of what Jack Smith's office believes he intended to do with these things. That's why you have the additional counts on this indictment that you have. So it's not just a question of him attempting to obstruct a federal investigation in terms of obtaining these documents and getting them back. It's the actual content. And then, of course, as we are seeing over and over again with these now very colored, very detailed pictures, where they were housed, who had access to them, and the fact that he was entirely cavalier with our nation's most important secrets.
See, and here is the deal, because here's the argument that everybody's going to come up with. Whatever little stupid thing that you want to come up with he could declassify with his brains. Not all the stuff was declassified. You don't know what was in those boxes. Well, let me throw this back to you. You're absolutely right. We have not a clue what's in those boxes. Neither did he. Yet he was willing to leave it on a ballroom stage. He was willing to leave it in storage room. Were they locked? Hell if I know.
Leave it in another room. That one was right there on the stage. And didn't she say
looked like an auction?
That's what I thought.
The room, oh my God, the room where the boxes were stacked to the ceiling. Somebody physically had to go get a ladder to keep stacking these boxes of we don't know documents. So even if one of those documents had the most destructive information that could have put the United States in jeopardy, hell, who knows who read them then? Because you don't know what box it was in what room it was in, at what time it was in.
But more of the thing you're missing is it's intentional. Why would you put the boxes on a ballroom floor she didn't say anything about, where there were events, they moved them to someplace else. From my understanding, they stayed there. Why are they staying there? The whole thing was intentional.
Because he wants them to be seen.
Exactly.
He wants
so you can say, look what I have for sale.
Look what I got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing though is about a lot of this, I still keep coming back to the media. Because once again, they're going to be able to make a whole lot of money off of this. And they're not going to be at all culpable for the fact that they helped create this entire monstrosity. They're the ones that gave him all the free media. They're the ones that normalized all the crazy crap he was doing. They're the ones that made everything seem more like a soap opera than an actual serious event. Like, you compare how they covered the insurrection in Brazil to how they covered the insurrection here in America. Two completely different tenors to how they covered those things, right? So when it's over there, they're barbarians, it's Banana Republic for real. They're really digging into how dysfunctional these people are because it's those people. But then over here, because you have to coddle the American public in order to make sure we stay tuned and buy your stuff and you make money on your advertising, you downplay things. You humanize the terrorists who attacked the Congress. You don't make sure that you do serious introspections on each of the sitting members of Congress that have clear ties to what happened, right? You chose who was going to be your villain. You chose Trump as your villain, so you made sure that you dug in on him enough to make sure that the DOJ had to take some form of action on him. And then whatever might happen along the way, so be it. But you did not do the same for Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz, you name it. There's like 20 of those jokers, and they didn't do the same thing. They covered them on a very high level and kind of almost like, can you believe how crazy these people are type thing. They normalized the actual insurgency within our country. So it's like, it still irks me because the media is going to get away with this scot-free. MSNBC is going to cover it from their side. Fox is going to cover it. Well, they barely even going to admit that it's happening. You know, it's going to be like, and everybody just makes more money.
And the deal
that's why I can't even get mad. I can't get mad at nothing this dude did. I'm just like, yo, America, y'all been screwing people over. You screwed my people over from the beginning. I hate it because this is my home, right? I live here
for now,
but
I don't even get mad at them no more. It's hard to get mad at what you see coming. It's just really hard to do so anymore. We don't went from nowhere in society should we have to hear some of the atrocities that this government has done, that Trump has done, that January 6th have done, and we still go, they should be locked up, and we're still saying, we'll see. Even if they are, they ain't gonna get any time.
Because it's just a TV show for us.
Still saying this to this day. So
because we know our country.
Yes, for the lady that they can see us. Hey, lady, the one who said they can see us now. How's that going for you? How is that going for you since you said it?
She's somewhere excited that they've arrested Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry. So that's 3 years later. So we get a victory lap every 3 years. We the most out of shape doggone country in the world. Then, if we waiting every 3 years to take a lap around the track, a victory track.
Well, just make sure that if you do that, that your spouse hasn't just gotten a great job and is told to go somewhere else.
There are days, man, you need to move on. You really need to move on. I am not going to get into this with you anymore. Let's just move on for the fact that you was
I was just making a point.
You was not making a point. That was not
a little Easter egg.
Are you a Taurus, Theus?
No, I'm a Scorpio.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
And I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I'm like, what? It means something.
Hey, Allie, you do exactly what people do too. Are you a Scorpio? No, I'm a Taurus. Ah, yeah, that answers a lot. Yeah, that, like, God, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So Taurus is a bull. Stubborn as a bull. Won't let go of something.
Okay.
Scorpio, a scorpion, and won't let go of
We're just
something.
lovable and adorable and patient and
cute.
Yeah, I'll go with
all of those things.
Annoying.
Scorpio.
Annoying, one of those things. No, it's not in there.
We're the true sign of love because
Sometimes
we come from the results of February.
Yes, don't expect any support from a man starting a new job. Hello. All right, we're 5 minutes ahead. I'm not gonna do it. LL, thank you for coming. You're not gonna start this either.
Hello, love.
We're 4 minutes ahead of time, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it right here. We got a full pack of the second hour with Am I the A-Hole? Real or Nah? 2 Mafia videos of the week, and of course, Foxy videos of the week. 3-minute break to reboot and refresh, and we will see y'all on the other side.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I wanna be free, I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally, I wanna be free,
are back. So, as usual, let's go ahead and pay those bills. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. If you are new to the show, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. We're doing pretty good numbers, but I have to admit, it'll slow down a little bit. So, let's get those numbers back up. But I appreciate everybody that comes through. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/A Better Tracy Media page. Help support Tracy in all of her endeavors. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Complex Mind. Help support Thea's in all of his endeavors. Please do not forget to go to patreon.com/Radical Truth to Power, exactly where it's spelled, capital R, capital T, capital T, capital P. Please do not forget to go to Anna Hart's website, BorelliaEtc.com. Learn something that you didn't think you need to know, but you should. And as always, you can email me at radtp@outlook.com. That's radtp@outlook.com. All right.
Thank you, Anna, for the plug.
Well deserved.
My pleasure.
Well deserved. Am I the a-hole? I got 3 up here, and all of them are pretty good to me. So I will let the panel make the decision. I already got a title. I call my friend's girlfriend disgusting. Cancel vacation because of my wife and her kids. Or give my ex-wife a lot of money.
I'm not ex-wife with a lot of money.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to do the one to cancel the vacation because of the kids.
Okay.
Okay, Anna, you break the tie then. I guess you picked the third one.
I actually, I did go with Tracy. That one sounded. I was happy to go anyway, but.
Okay.
Vacation?
Cancel vacation because of my wife and her kids.
I'm a 45-year-old man, and my wife, who's 44, makes quite a bit less than me, so our joint expenses are split 70-30. For the most part, things like vacations and where we bought a house are decided based on what she can afford. But there have also been several times that I've paid in full for vacations to places I really enjoy, and I wanted to share the experience with her. My wife has a 23-year-old son from her previous marriage. When she and I got together, I told her that I wouldn't mind paying extra for things here and there until her son was 18 and either working or in school so she could take care of him. For the majority of our relationship, her son has lived with his father. He decided against college or trade school and hasn't expressed any interest in starting to figure out a plan for the immediate future, let alone his life. He floats from job to job, and his father is pretty much the same since the kid graduated. Therein lies the problem. Every few months, they'll call my wife for a few $100 here, a few $100 there, $20 this week, $80 the next. Sometimes it's her son calling, sometimes it's her ex-husband. This has caused my wife to be short on funds for our plans, or things that she volunteered to cover on more than one occasion. Her reasoning when the ex asks for money is that since their son still lives with him, she has to help him. And I get that, to a point. We were supposed to go on a vacation later this month. Nothing major or fancy, but just some time away. We had agreed to split the cost, and all that was left to pay for were the hotels, rental car, and some reservations. Her ex-husband called, needing help getting his car out of impound and getting caught up on rent. Their son hasn't been able to get to work without the car because he doesn't want to ride a bike or take a bus. Almost $5,000 later, they're set up, but my wife told me that she can't pay for her portion of the vacation. So I told her I was canceling it. She called me a heartless douchebag, that she's just taking care of her son. We've been arguing over this, but my stance is this. Her ex-husband and her son are both able-bodied adults who keep making a series of life decisions that keep them at a standstill. Like quitting jobs over little things, smoking, going out, and her always digging them out of their holes is starting to impact our lives more and more. And I just didn't sign up for that. So, am I the bad guy for canceling our vacation instead of just footing the entire cost myself?
Ooh, this is a good
How old is this kid again?
23.
one. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Time to learn some hard life lessons, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
The ex-husband is calling him?
Yeah, can we go over this?
That can happen.
What? I wish my ex-husband would call me for some money. Boy, you better get out of my face. That's what you better do.
Me and my ex-wife, we have a very good, well, I haven't talked to her in probably about a year or two now that our daughter's 23, but we had a very good working relationship like that. So if I needed or she needed, we called each other directly. You don't call through the kid, you know? But this one's 23. That means he's 5 years out of high school. Maybe 4. Depends on when he graduated. 4 years out of high school. And can't hold down a basic job.
Boy, this is sad.
You acting just like your daddy is what it sounds like. So
And that's what I, and that
Is
is
this
what
a
I want to
plan?
concentrate on the most. That is why.
Well, they're basically living off. It's like people with bad financial discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They live off of people that they think can spare it. Like they use their money, and then they use your money, because in their view, you don't deserve all that anyway. You don't need all that. So after we burn through my money, I call your mama, because my car is in the impound. Impound, that means you either had tickets.
Yeah.
Or you did something.
You did something. Nobody just impounds your car for no reason.
Now, the 23-year-old, to me, I'm just speaking for myself, okay? This is literally 2 stories.
This is actually
so let's go with the 23-year-old. I can see you trying to help them out, even though we would have a lot of more strict conversations, such as, dude, not only can you not hold down a job, when you had the chance to get yourself into an ability to hold down a long-term job, you didn't take it, i.e. college or trade school. You didn't even want to do that. That was just too far out. Yet you coming to me every other week, every day, 20 here, 80 here, and all this other stuff. So that's, for me, that's one story.
His mom keeps on
That's
doing
something
it.
that can be fixed, such as, okay, we need to start cutting some relatively, because I had to laugh at the fact that, can you get the car out of the impound so he could go to work? When I'm thinking, don't worry, he ain't gonna keep it anyway. And I'm sorry to be rude,
You don't go to work no way.
True. So sorry. Now, let's go to this dad. Dad, why is your son acting this way? Because you have gotten away with it for so long that he sees it. He's emulating you.
He wants a free ride.
Everything that you are doing, that no matter what, we could go to rich ex-mommy. Well, not ex-mommy. Mommy, aka ex-wife.
Ex-wife, yeah.
So he's emulating you. You are a terrible example of manhood.
It's only one person's fault. This is literally one person's fault, and that's that dang on mama. She needs to put if you're not doing nothing, it'd be different. Like if he was in college and he was like trying to work towards it. This lazy mofo ain't doing not a dang slapping thing. I said mofo.
Yeah, but the thing about it is,
I know what it's,
and I agree with you.
Close, Tracy.
I agree with you 100%, Tracy. Like fully.
Her fault.
The issue you run into is when you let something go, it's really hard to fix it, right? Mm-hmm. Because the time to have addressed this was when a child was growing up, to teach them about money, about responsibility, about work ethic, about their name, valuing their name and their reputation. All that stuff should have been happening. But odds are they were going through the divorce or whatever the situation was, but they kind of let them just skate. you know. And then when he turned 18, there were no clear rules. It was, well, son, we're going to give you a little time to figure this out, right? And so that's what he's doing. So it's hard now to re-engage. You know, it's what do? Do you just let him not have a car?
He knows his mama gonna bail him out because she's a sucker. She's a 24-hour-a-day sucker.
But it's not so easy as
It
just saying
said he was an able-bodied.
It's a situation of he's manipulating the fact that she loves him.
Yeah,
you see what
of
I'm
course
saying?
he is.
But so it's not that she's a sucker. She's actually a bit of a victim. But what she needs to figure out, though, is are you going to continue to be a victim and end up risking your marriage? Because that's where you headed, right? Or are you going to try to figure out, hey, son, here is $5,000, cash on the barrel. Boom, $5,000. Don't you ask me for nothing else.
This is all her fault. She needs a backbone. I agree with Martin Life. She needs to grow a pair. Period.
It's not that, but I'm just saying it's not that easy. I mean, that's
I didn't say it was
easy. It is okay. Do you admit it's
and
not
tough love
easy
is
to do
like
that. That's
and
why
then also
that's why it's called tough love. It's tough love, uncomfortable conversations.
And then she gonna get
it's
in an
not
argument with the
things
husband.
that you need to do, but you got to do them.
You
got to do them.
But he was 100% right in canceling that
He
vacation.
was right.
He was absolutely right. Absolutely
You were not
positively.
there.
Nah, you gonna keep on giving the money, keep on giving it, and then you gonna be broke. Where they gonna be at? Not having a job.
Look, the deal is, Mama. You can do whatever you want to. We've all of us agree that what you're doing is wrong, and we're giving you ways to fix it. But we all on here agree that what you're doing is wrong. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. But see, what you are doing for that household is affecting your household. And when you start affecting your household, we're going to change some things. In other words, you can't pay for it. So you want your husband to pay for it. That's the equivalent of he was giving the money to them too.
Yeah, because she's short on expenses that she has to take care of because she's giving these two losers money.
So when I was listening to the story, what it sounded like to me was they do some 50-50. Because he was like, she's going to pay for her part of it. But it didn't elaborate.
I thought he said 70-30.
He said 70-30.
She made some tremendous
He did say 70-30? Okay, cool.
He did.
He said 70-30.
Good. So that's better. But either way, they have that situation. They figured out how they're gonna run their household finances. It's basically he and her need to have a straight up conversation. But she needs to be the one leading the conversation.
Sure does.
Because otherwise, it's just painting the husband as the bad guy, and that's gonna build resentment. You know, I would rather like if this was my situation and my wife was doing this, I would need for her to come to me and be like, look, what are some options we can look at? What can we do? And then I'll engage with her. And like when I said 5,000 on the barrel, I'm serious. I'll be like, look, your son has got to learn how to take care of himself, but at the same time, that is still our boy. So I'm not going to just leave him assed out. But here's what we can do. I will give you, talking to my wife, I will give you $5,000 to give to him. If you want to set it up in a savings account where you're sending him money, or if you just want to give it to him, that's going to be between you and him. But that's the last time we give him any money for the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, he don't get nothing else. And then after that, we might not give him nothing past then. He going to go by birthdays and Christmas like most people. I'm all for tough love. I am not for what I constantly run into with conservatives, their version of tough love. Their version of tough love is I'm going to take everything away from you and now go out there and figure it out. Be a man. Get a job.
But I'm not going to teach you how to do the steps.
I'm not going to teach you a doggone thing.
I'm not going to teach you nothing.
And figure it out.
I'm not going to help support you while you
funny part
lose.
about it. They get mad at you because you did something wrong.
But my thing is, she tripped out on the new husband, and he was 100% right. I'm like, he was
Tracy,
because it's emotion.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing about it. Here's the funny thing about him canceling the vacation, because we can go. Should I have canceled the vacation? It may have literally been, I'm canceling the vacation because I can't afford it, because your 70% of the vacation payment is gone.
Her 30%.
30.
Well, he said he could afford it, though. He said he could afford it.
Yeah, he could afford it, but she was going to chip in the other 30%.
Okay,
and he shouldn't
have to
just
be one more time.
Because if he paid for 100% of the vacation, guess what she's going to keep going doing? Can I borrow Sarah $25? Can I borrow $100? Ain't going to never pay it back because they ain't got no job.
Her 30% going to become 15% overnight.
Your life is on the same team I am. I'm like 0. You keep on the bank that ran dry. The Bank of National Tracy that ran dry. I can't no more.
But the thing is, right? And I'm talking, this is me now. This is my way of looking at it. My money is her money. See what I'm saying? So if she's spending her money and my money, in all cases, that's our money that you dropping over here on your son. So my argument is not going to be, hey, you're spending my money. My argument is going to be, look at what you're doing to us.
Yeah,
right?
Because she's
whether I can afford it or not, look at what's being done to us. We are not going to make it. Me and you, we're not going to make it. Okay? Damn the money. Right? So something's got to be worked out.
Money to her ex-husband like that. Dang, girl. He's asked for
that's
a
because
reason.
The ex-husband is watching the hustle, right? Yeah. The ex-husband is the kind of person who lives just at the line anyway. So the ex-husband is looking at it saying, well, okay, I need some money. I have the boy. She would give the money for her boy. So here we go. That's what he's doing.
That is what he is. He is literally.
He's using his child as a prop.
If you listen to, yes, he's using the boy as a prop. Because listen to what he said. He's not saying, can you give me some money to get my car out of the impound?
Because he needs it to get to work.
Me the car out of the impound because your son, our son, needs to get to work.
He ain't never heard of bus.
Nope.
Yeah, but our son needs to get to work, and you're always on his back about going to work.
Catch
See,
a ride
this is how a manipulator operates.
Mm-hmm.
Catch a ride. Do like I did. Take Lyft the whole time. You're not gonna. Nope. I'm trying to be compassionate.
Too much common sense, Tracy. When you got somebody who's been manipulated this long, all they hear.
That's why I said she the one is a 24-hour sucker because she kept letting it go and go and go and go and go.
I just take exception to that particular line of reasoning only because the person who's being manipulated to me is not the sucker. You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
why is she not? She knows what they're doing.
See it
because
she can see it. She knows it. She knows what they're doing. She keeps doing it because that's her son.
He is 23
He's being blackmailed.
Tracy,
he's being blackmailed and manipulated.
It doesn't matter if he was 43.
Tracy, let me ask you this question. So everybody who's manipulated from X amount of times are suckers.
I'm talking about this particular lady.
No, I'm asking you, every person who's manipulated.
I wouldn't say every person. I would say this woman.
So why would you say a woman who's being manipulated by her
because she knows what is happening. She knows exactly what. Wait a minute, you asked me a question though. Can I answer?
No, because you never let me finish that question either. My question was, a person who's being manipulated, even though they know it's wrong, they're still being manipulated. They know they're being manipulated, but they still feel like they're doing the right things. So calling them a sucker ain't gonna help them to all of a sudden break out of, oh my God, well, now that you called me a sucker, that I'm going to start doing the right. No. You're victimizing the people who are
okay. Number one, Tracy would not call somebody a sucker to their face. You know, this was.
Oh yes, I would.
Oh, yes, you would. Yes,
yes,
you
I
would.
would.
She
Oh,
actually
trust
would.
and
Yeah.
believe me. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I
She
sure
just
would be
went
like, honey,
straight
you
Donald
suck.
Trump on you.
My
Anna,
apologies.
she just went straight Donald
Yeah,
Trump
I
on you.
would.
I am going to
Wow,
defend my
okay.
friend. My friend would never say such a thing. Oh yeah, I would.
Fox News interview.
Because she,
I
okay,
stand
listen to it
corrected.
from my point. My point is she knows these two loser douchebag men are using her as a bank. She knows it.
Her child. It is
Her
rare to find a mother who will look at her son and call him a douchebag loser.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what he is.
No, it's not.
Well,
He's
to
a young
her,
person with bad guidance.
Here's the deal. Here's the
That
deal.
is her
Tracy.
son.
Here's
and
the
I'm gonna
deal,
agree with
Tracy.
Foxy. I wouldn't give him another dime. He'd get a bus ticket. Period.
You are looking on the outside in to somebody else's family who that's their son who she has raised with her ex-husband. So you could call them a deadbeat losers, and these are losers, and all this woman sees is her son. That's all it is. And at this point, that's all that matters. She sees him as a son that's in need. And
I get that,
and you
but
have parents who, right or wrong, always just feel like this one time it's going to put him on the track of doing the right thing. Just this one time of support, it's going to fix everything. Just this one time of support, it's going to help him in his life.
You don't want it. Better yet, I'll put it another way. Because I agree with where you're going, Tracy. I do. I'm not really with the full range of what you're saying, but I get where you're headed, right? Because at some point, you got to stop it, right? At some point, you're the one that they're coming to. At some point, what I'm saying is, as we approach such things, I think we should always approach it with a great deal of compassion and understanding, because this is how you have grandparents who have their houses that were once paid off now refinanced to get Junior out of jail. This is how you end up with all kinds of bad situations. But what it happens is it's an internal guilt thing, but it's also internal love, because what you don't want is for this to be the time you did not step up to help when you could, when it was a matter of convenience for you, but urgency for them, and you didn't step up and something worse happened. And these people who manipulate you, they know that that's where you are. They know that you want me to do well at work, Mom. I got to get to work, right? You want me to start to assert myself and really do things, but it's hard out here, so I need help with clothes or whatever. And even though you over here playing Chief Keef with your dad, smoking out every Saturday and Sunday. So
and here's what I'll say.
Not that cut and
There's
dry.
a difference between, and now I'll say this because part of me should know, but there's a point where you help people, but there's definitely a part where you start enabling people, and she's enabling her. And I'll say it again: loser son and loser ex-husband. Now, of course, if that was my son, I'm not going to call him a loser. Well, to his face, but I'm not going to call him a loser. But that ex-husband, bruh, that's why I left you.
No. Oh, okay, Tracy. Wait a minute. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm only defending the mom and the son. I don't give a damn about the dad.
No one ever does.
He's a loser, and he's a user, and everything other word that I could think of to say. You're
and
a manipulator.
I'm still trying to figure out why the son can't use public transportation or ask somebody at his job for a ride until the car gets unimpounded. That's the part I'm not figuring.
Well, if the son is not very responsible, ain't nobody going to do that for him.
And she said he quits, or the parent said the son quits jobs for no reason. So why he need a car to go to work anyway? He gonna quit?
That was the opinion of the stepfather.
Yeah. But
and this is all told from the lens of the stepfather. So a couple things that we do not know is what is the actual socioeconomic situation of the father and the son, right? Now, he said in his rendering of the story that he makes very good money and that his wife doesn't make very good money. She makes okay money, right? So if we read into just that part of it, that could mean that he's got a very strong salary and she has a weaker salary. So who was she previously married to? Probably someone that's her first husband or prior husband, so they were probably more on the same economic scale. So that means he probably doesn't have a lot of good money either. Then you sit there and say that this dude smokes or whatever. Take that as sour grapes from the new man, because the new man don't ever like the old man anyway. But if the old man ain't got that much money and he's living broke, and then the son is over there, but you want your son with his father because he's becoming a young man and he can't sit up in his house because he ain't doing nothing. Maybe he can go with his daddy and learn something and do something there. So now he's over there. So he's getting bad lessons from his dad. But at the same time, there's no money in that house either. So if you are dealing with people who are broke, it ain't that easy to just be like, do better. And it's like, and I'm not saying no one on this panel is making that particular argument, but I'm saying when you play this thing all the way out, and I'm not even making huge assumptions here. When you play this thing all the way out, different socioeconomic situations come with a whole lot of different decisions that you get to play with. So we don't know. We just know that they're manipulating.
She has 2 jobs as a mother: to empower her son to grow a set and keep a job. That's one. And to stop enabling him. That is her job, is to help him. Like if he says, no, wait a minute, let me give an example. Like he says, I don't have clean clothes. Okay, so take your clothes, go to the laundromat. Here's some laundry money. Go to the laundromat, wash your clothes so you can get, or something like that. But like I said, enabling people, she gonna keep on being broke because she gonna keep on giving them. It has to. There's a point where it has to stop. Trust me, as a family member, as a person who had family members that kept approaching for money. It's not easy. It's not easy to do, but it has to be done. You cannot enable people because they will rot you dry.
We know, Foxy. It's easy for you to say no. Trust me.
They better get a sign, will work for food or something. Now, I didn't say that. I'm reading her next comment.
What was it? You better get a sign, will work for food or something. Ain't no more money coming from this end, period.
Dang. Even I didn't do that.
Wow.
Boy, y'all harsher than I am. I thought I was being harsh, but
I was agreeing with you all the way to just the name calling. Be honest with you,
she is a sucker. I'm just gonna keep giving her money. I was agreeing
with you all the way up to the name calling, and that's just where I stand. I'm just not gonna call you calling her a sucker is more for you, Tracy, than for her. Okay.
Yeah, it's for me.
Yep. Then we all know who not.
I didn't say it was right per se, but I'm calling it like I see it.
But if you consistently say that you don't think something is right and yet you consistently do it, what does that say?
Hold on for a minute.
You're in a similar position as this woman.
Foxy, what do you have to say, dear?
So, my parents got divorced when I was 12 years old. And my mom had never been a single parent before. And she got married at a young age. So we had to sacrifice. We had to watch her work when she had never, well, she worked, but she was already, she wasn't home like she was when her and my dad was together. So we saw a sacrifice. This young man don't know what a sacrifice is. But guess what? He's 23. He can learn. And the learning starts today. I would not give him any more money because that's what is that teaching him? Nothing. He don't want to catch a bus? Walk if you don't want to catch the bus. Period. You got to sacrifice in life, even as an adult, a homeowner. Been on my job for almost 20 years. I still got to sacrifice. He got to learn now. Period. He ain't getting no more of my points.
Tell it.
Period.
Tell it.
And then you go walk out.
Oh, yeah. Drop the mic.
Yeah, because you drop it, honey. You drop it. Girl, that's how it's supposed to be. Like, dang, Grower said, man, you 24, not 5. You're not 12, you're not 15.
Everybody here would have not let it get to that
She should have
point.
never let it get to that point. That was her first mistake.
Right.
So how do you stop a car wreck from happening?
Like I said, it's hard to do.
When they've already bumped.
Like I said, I had this situation rise up in my family where we had a family member that just kept calling around asking for money and asking for money and asking for money. And I was just like, you know what? No. Well, I'm running out of food. No. There's food
like I
pantries.
said,
It's a hard thing. It made me feel, I felt terrible until I learned what she was actually doing with the money. Then I was like, oh, well, yeah, your suspicions were right. But it's hard. It's. I'm not saying it's easy.
If this, so I'm trying to put myself into her shoes as much as I can, and if my nephew came to me, at 23, I would still help him out. Like I said, I don't think anybody here would let the situation elevate to a point where they're not taking any responsibility.
That's what we're talking about. This man boy is not taking no responsibility.
Why do you keep insulting him?
He's a man boy. He is a man boy. His father's a man boy, and he done raised a man boy. I am calling it like I see it, and I'm being nice. This is me being nice.
Okay.
I think this one is getting to me because I've been in this situation. And it's
I think we've all been in this situation.
It's hard to just say I'm not helping anymore because my heart says help, but logic says, you have to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. You can't just keep going.
I ain't never heard that one.
Wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove? That's in the Bible.
The Bible advocates being like a serpent. That's nice to know.
No,
I've never heard
the
that
serpent
before.
be gentle as a dove. Bible, yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. That's creative.
But I'm not. I'm using it. I mean, there's more context.
I get the point you're saying.
But you can't just keep.
Don't let your heart get you in a position you don't make sense.
There you go, and that's what she's doing. This is my child. I have to help. There's a difference. Again, there's a difference between helping someone out of a little rough patch.
And then
no, Tracy, we agree with you.
I'm saying you're going around in a circle like you're trying to get me to not agree with you. I'm agreeing.
I just have a problem with you calling her a sucker.
I disagree with
that.
Like you just don't
because I'm like
that.
I can't. It's a pet peeve of mine. Like you said, this is one of those things that kind of bothers you because your past experience. This is one of the things that kind of gets at me because I'm like, people always want to pretend like we're in some alternate dimension. I don't care what she should have done up till now. Like we can say it, you should have raised them better. You should have done better co-parenting. You should have selected better with the guy you laid down with. You should have not you shouldn't have gone to the club and drank that drink and turned your back on it. You should have not,
turned your back
should have. But we are where we are.
That's true. I agree with
that.
This
is the situation that we're in. Now, what options do we pursue to come out? And if we lead with like just completely trashing the person for being too soft-hearted, how does that person get out of that? Because what I see for her is you're going to lose your husband.
Yeah, that's what she's on her way to.
And I have a different take on it, Theus. I have a different take on it because I clearly asked you, Tracy, you calling a sucker is for you, not for them, and you agreed.
I do agree.
Okay, so you're really not helping them. You're just trying to make yourself feel better.
I'm not trying to make myself feel better. I'm calling the situation where
she's just trying to make them feel worse. She ain't trying to make herself feel better. Ain't nothing wrong with Tracy.
I'm not trying to make them feel worse. I'm just calling the situation the way I see it.
Okay.
If I act stupid, you should be like, Tracy, you acting stupid. Yeah, it might hurt, but guess what?
Right.
I don't know.
Stupid. I guess. I just think there's a way that you do things, and it,
there is a way you do. I'm not
and
disagreeing with you.
it reflects on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's all.
I ain't where I'd be, but I'm trying. But still, I'm like, that's what I see. I see a woman that enjoys her child using her and pumping her out of everything she has, and it's gonna cost her marriage if she ain't careful.
You're saying she enjoys it. That's an interesting take too.
If she didn't, she'd stop it. She'd be like, nah.
Really? That's like saying that a person who's got any type of a issue, if they're overweight or they got whatever, it's because they enjoy the consequences of the things that they enjoy.
No, you make it. That's a false equivalency.
It's a fair equivalency. She loves her son, and the consequence of not loving her son appropriately is this jacked up situation that she's in. I love food, and the consequence of me not handling the food appropriately is me being overweight. So I must enjoy being overweight. That math don't math, right? It's the addiction.
That argument would help if you
the
wasn't
problem.
wearing a Cheetos t-shirt though. So I don't know where you're going with
And the funny thing is, I don't even like Cheetos. I don't like any type of Cheeto.
Really?
Because it gets on your fingers and it tastes disgusting.
Is
and
it
it's
a comfy
that weird
shirt?
texture.
I love the cheese puffs.
I can't eat no Cheetos, man. But you got a real cool mascot.
No, he done that thing is.
I like Chester. He's smooth. Chester smooth.
Literally,
he reminds me of Sugar Smacks there.
The commercial said Chester is cool. That's not.
He's creeping around kids now. I'm like, look at the commercial.
So
look
was Superman.
Ones. Superman was not. He was trapped in a
Ronald
cage.
McDonald.
I ain't gonna make no argument on that one.
Well, Ronald, he was always a little suspect. I'm just gonna be honest with you, dog.
Those shoes, big, floppy, and
you automatically suspect because you a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like clowns.
Sorry.
I didn't.
Hey, you could be like my sister who's scared of them.
Yeah, it's interesting that so many people have that particular fear.
Scary.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on, but I just have to say this. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't be scared of clowns. I
don't take you seriously.
I even tried to look at the movie It, where they literally went out of the way to make the clown the psycho killing, and I just can't do it. I be killed the first scene because I'm laughing my head off that this fool was trying to run up on me.
Like
I'm sorry. I just can't do it.
Just go to YouTube and type people running from clowns. I mean, they literally are scared.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, cinematic classic. Loved it. That was a fun movie.
The cream pie weapon, that was hilarious. Anyway.
Good old classics.
Mafia video of the week. So we have two today. The reason we have two today is the real reason why I said Tracy has been suspended from ever telling anybody that they can have telling me this is the Mafia video of the week, and if it is, I'm walking. Well, honey, put your shoes on, because I'm not doing you for the rest of this year. Because literally,
the one yesterday was good now.
I'm going to show you the second video that Tracy sent me. And then I'm going to show you the freaking rabbit hole that this woman put on my algorithm on YouTube. So here's the video she wants to do. Now, here's my thing. I want somebody to look at this video, and I want somebody to tell me what the living hell was the last guy saying.
I'm Laura Mosley. I'm Patsy Hughes. I'm Jan Bradshaw. And we're all enthused with the Orange Bill back office crew, bringing the Super Broker team to you.
We are the best sales rep crew, doing the Super Broker show for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Bowl shuffle.
Larry Tanner, I'm here to say, if you listen to me, I'll talk all day. Have a lot of bread rabbit on your cakes, best thing you'll eat, for goodness sakes. I didn't come here to pop my bubble, I came here to win the Super Bowl shuffle.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Carson. When it's time to sell, I preach like a parson. Vermont made, sweet as she can be, finest syrup from the maple tree. I didn't come here to stand in a huddle. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
Call me Niles Liner, say I'm married out of touch. When it comes to selling, call me Mr. Clutch. Grey Poupon is full of spice. Spread it on a sandwich, it tastes so nice. I didn't come here to drop my duffel. I came here to win the Super Broker Shuffle.
We are the best sales rep crew, doing the Super Bowl shuffle for you. We're so bad, we know we're good. Nobody messes with our neighborhood. We didn't come here looking for trouble. We came here to win the Super Bowl.
Wow, that's all I can say.
Theus wins. That face is to it right now. Theus had that face the whole time during the video. Theus wins the off-camera video look. Theus was like, "The hell am I watching?" And look, I saw the video.
I still don't even know what they were saying.
Super Broker Shuffle. They was doing it. If you
remember, broker.
Oh,
Remember the Super Bowl Shuffle in 1985 when the Bears won the Super Bowl? They did a song. They were spoofing that. They were saying Super Broker Shuffle.
Super Broker. They're brokers.
Yeah, I missed that.
What the hell that company was? That's why I was like, what is that?
A grocery
But they was
store?
clapping like, hey, they was clapping on 1 and 2. And
well, that's normal.
Yeah, that's
they clap on the upbeat and the downbeat. It's okay. Just whichever one work for you. Anybody, y'all just pick one and run with it. And if you get confused, pick a new one and just keep clapping. It's okay. But what got me, I don't remember his name. His name was Charles or something. The second dude, and like they woke him up and said,
hey,
here's your line. But he got better towards the end. But in the beginning, like, my name is Charles, and I'm in here stock shelves, and I just want to not cause no trouble. No trouble. I'm here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Anna, you did better than me that you caught the Grey Poupon, because that last guy, when I first heard him, sounded like Boomhauser from King of the Hill. And I went, what the hell is he saying? I had to go too close to figure out what he was saying. I was like,
then you had to play like 4 times to figure out, oh, that's what he was saying.
I had to go to coach.
I love that they had the enthusiasm.
The first like 8 bars of his mumble, I didn't catch.
Oh gosh.
Slap it on a piece of paper, put it on a slice of bread, and make a sandwich. I didn't come here to make a duffel. Bitch, by the way, y'all stop trying to just find words that rhyme with Super Bowl Shuffle.
That's that 80s rap.
Super Broker Shuffle.
I didn't come here to carry a duffel. I came here with a super broker shuffle. Whatever.
Yeah, because everybody else has said trouble. He had to be fancy, see? He had to keep it. He had to keep it street. He had to keep it hood.
This is worse than the Red House.
At the
Red House. I like Red House. That was good.
No hope, shake my head.
I had to say the Red House and the coffee. Those are the best ones. And that one weird one that Tracy had, I don't know if it was on your show or her show. It was 3 people on stage. It was 2 women and then the one guy. And
the renewed line is the key.
And he got the dancing and he went in.
The renewed mind is the key guy.
Not everything is old nostalgia. Let's move on. Keep that in mind, LL.
He went down the rabbit hole. I didn't tell him to go down the rabbit hole.
Well, yeah, you ain't tell me, Jay. You just okay. So here's the rabbit hole that I went into. Help me out on this one. Let me know if this didn't just go real racist at the end of the video.
I say, this must be Frankie and Johnny at St. Claude and Franklin, home of the easiest credit men in town.
Newlyweds? Bankrupt? On Social Security? When the others say no, we say yes.
Let them have it with no problem.
Man, I've been everywhere. Everywhere I go, they say no credit, no deal. I need some credit now.
You come to the right store, baby. See the special man. Let them have it.
Yeah, you're right.
I say. Who say I say? Frankie say I say. When all the other stores says no, Frankie says yes. See the special man. Let them have it with no problem. Come see Frankie and Johnny, the easiest credit store in town. And we've got 30 years of making your bad credit good.
I got the credit!
I say, when you buy from me, you get chicken box free.
Right now, Frankie and Johnny's is going to let you have a free 10 or 5-piece chicken box.
Tastes like mama.
I got the credit!
Oh, my God.
Even I ain't fucking that
yes.
one.
At
Wow.
the end,
You cannot
at the
blame
end, that
that
a little
on me.
racist. That a little racist at the end. But
Okay, thank you. I thought that was just me.
But up until then, I thought they were doing a furniture special at the funeral home because it really felt like a funeral home. Like that's how they dressed. Everything was somebody dead in the other room. But you know what? I have to take it back. I'm not gonna call it racist. It was problematic because at some point we got to stop making chicken racist.
Everybody likes chicken.
Right. Now, the way he did that big gumbo eating grin that he went with, now that was a little bit of a problem. So it was, but
wow, you cannot blame this one on me.
I thought the little dude, I thought that was a woman that was dressed up like a dude.
Nope, that was a man.
He was built like a woman, like an old woman.
Parker, I forgot you so young. Why does the phone number not have an area code?
I want to know where this place is at. Is this place still in business?
In small towns, they don't use area codes.
Right.
Because everybody has the same area code.
You just...
Oh, I didn't think that. I was just thinking we're...
No, seriously.
It's a local commercial, and back then we didn't use area codes.
No, even now.
Right.
So, like, if once you get outside of metropolitan areas, there's like one area code for huge expanses of land. So, like, almost all of South Georgia is area code 229. So, when you live down there, you don't really use the area code unless you're talking cell phones, because sometimes, people went to Atlanta and got their cell phone. But they just give out the last 7 digits, and I'd be like, I need the first 3. You from out of town? Yes, I am. I am from.
If you get along with us, we'll give you 5 pieces of chicken. Yeah.
Or 10. It was 5 or 10. Now, don't blame this on me. You the one went down the rabbit hole.
That is true. And one weird video does not change your algorithm. So
it did. It really did.
Somebody went to clicking.
Sure did.
I say. He said.
Well, actually,
somebody went looking at train wrecks.
No, that I have to back Marlon up. One time, I forget what it was, but one look, I was in conservative hell for 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes they try to force you in there. Like, I don't watch. I purposely do not watch conservative media because it makes my brain hurt. And every once in a while, the algorithm will just slide one in there. It just like, how you get in here?
All I want to know is they are the crew at the grocery store. They are doing the Super Broker Shuffle.
I ain't here to cause no trouble. I'm here. Super Bowl.
Hey, you did not have to click on them. The first video I'll give you, I did say
kerfluffle.
If you didn't show this, I would walk.
With Grey Poupon.
Because the Red House was just special.
It was special, all right.
The Red House was a wonderful video because it showed the unity and brotherhood across races.
That's
Black
what we need.
people,
white people, and Hispanic people, and
Real or nah?
No more of Tracy.
No, good God, no.
The whole year.
No, we're done. Real or nah?
and all people.
You held that long just to say that, didn't you?
Scorpion.
Two-parter here.
Holds on to
it. Falls into the category of, again, like some of the stories that I put on here. If it's not real, if it's real, or is it me hoping that it's not real? This falls into a very good place of fourth place of worst person of the year.
It all started a few weeks ago when we were having dinner with some friends, and one of them in particular began to joke that after 13 years together, surely one of us already got bored of the other one. And that surely the one who got bored first was me because I'm the attractive one in the relationship. And I know that comment affected my husband because that night he joked that he was actually lucky that I paid attention to him. I thought that he would just forget about it, but he didn't. He started asking me all the time if I love him, if I'm happy with him, if I would change something about our relationship, and things like that. Yesterday, while we were talking about it, I told him that I wouldn't replace him for anything or anyone, and he started crying, which was really weird because he rarely cries. I don't like seeing him like this, so I spoke with his sister, who he's really close with. She told me that for weeks, one of our friends has been telling him that he should prepare for the day that I cheat on him or leave him. And she also told him that she thinks that I'm already seeing someone else, that if he wants it to be less painful for him, it's best to open up the relationship. That if she wants, she and her boyfriend can help us open our marriage since it would be easier because we both know them. And this will help us because we'll be able to experiment with more people and I won't get bored of him and he'll also be able to have fun with her. Like the lifelong friends that they are. According to my husband's sister, he hates this idea. But if that's what I want to do, then he'll let me experiment with more people. To be honest, I hate everything that has to do with open relationships. If you like it, great, but it's not my thing. I thought that I was always clear about that with him. That's why I don't even understand why his friend said that. His friend does have an open relationship, but she was never one of those people who wants everyone else to be like her. She's always respected us, so I don't know what happened. How can I make him understand that she lied about me because she probably just wants to sleep with him?
This is real or not, right?
Yeah.
Real.
So Anna's right out the gate with it.
So Anna's saying yes. Tracy, you saying yes?
I'm just saying at the Red House, we're white people and black people.
You stay focused.
Big head. Where Big Head at?
Will y'all stay focused? Real or nah?
I'm going to say real, but I don't think she wants to sleep with the husband. I think she wants to sleep with the wife. That's what I think.
I'll be honest. I think Tracy's right. I think the friend was trying to manipulate them or maneuver them into the situation because that's what they just want anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But one, I don't even care. Two, for him and her, I think that this is one of those times where she really and I don't know how she'd be able to do it because I think the damage is already done. He does not feel confident in their relationship. And there's nothing really that she's going to be able to say that will fix it for him because he's already started to emotionally prepare himself for losing her. And he's grasping at straws of desperation to keep her. So he's going to become very pliant, right? He's not going to want to do anything that upsets her. He's never going to want to tell her no. He's going to let her get away with anything, say anything, because he's afraid of losing that relationship, even though by making those concessions, you've lost the relationship. But something in their history has never sat right for him, and he has now been triggered. So they really need some intervention. And the intervention ain't gonna be, playing who hide the salami, right? That's not gonna be the intervention you're looking for. You need to actually go and sit on the couch and have some conversation. But yeah, that's what I got from it. I mean, the whole open relationship thing. Sorry, Anna. I think open relationships is bullshit anyway, but that's because it's not my world, right? So, because I'm like, either we in a relationship or we not. So that's how I flow, kind of like how this person was saying in the story. But that's really irrelevant to all of this. The only thing that's relevant is the relationship that's established. One of the two parties is not feeling secure in that relationship. And if they want to fix it, they got to take some steps to fix it.
Like I said, she won't end.
I would like to talk to, I agree with this 100%. To my brothers and sisters out there in the legitimate car community, do not bring up your lifestyle with people as a suggestion for them unless they ask about it first. Don't do it.
All right, because she's planting seeds in his mind and putting thoughts in his head from we're there, and she's just saying, "Oh, she'll cheat on you, so you might as well experiment." What the bleep? Girl,
look
sit
at
down
what
somewhere.
you are doing to that young man's head. He is already insecure, and you have now probably given him some
More
lifelong
reasons.
issues.
Yep, and don't care because she want a piece of that action.
Or they think it's fun. It's entertaining.
Yep.
That's all
right.
it's fun. I didn't mean nothing by it.
That's the sick part. You don't plan. This is why you gotta be careful what you say to people. You
Have
can't go
some
around
more
and plant
respect for
ideas and
yourself and your lifestyle. If you're gonna live it, have some respect.
That's like
who called who a punk?
You've used the term lifestyle a few times, and I don't see how open relationship fits into legitibiticua, right? Like, open relationship is just is a relationship status, right? So, it just feels like, how does that get sucked into that? Because there's people who got whatever the one is where you got two husbands and one wife, and you got there's all these different ways people put their relationships together. That's not legitimitacqua. That's just relationship structures.
Right. It all got smushed together with these letters, but you're like
oh yeah. Anything that's
when you do not have a traditional, a common relationship, you then turn towards people who also do not have traditional common relationships. You do get a sense of similarity and a okay, if I'm doing this with other people who are consenting adults, cool. And for some people, sex is a drug. And
no, sex is very much a drug.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You need to.
But for her to sit there and plant those thoughts in his mind, that's a sick person. She's a sick person.
1,000% wrong. That
I'm
was.
gonna get what I want, so I'm gonna tell him that she's thinking about you. How does she? Oh no, you cannot do that again. That's what I'm gonna say.
There is
hold on,
a
everybody.
train of
Hold
thought.
that thought.
Wait a minute, there's more.
It gets worse. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll even give you a hint on the next video.
He went for it. He believed it.
No. Will you stop?
He's now a Hebrew transvestite Filipino impersonator.
You said you would let us take a guess. We took a guess.
I didn't say I literally said take a guess. I said I'll give you a hint.
Oh.
I never said take a guess.
Oh boy.
I said
I'll
give you a hint on it. So remember remember what the sister said, that for weeks that she was the friend quote was getting into the ear of the husband. It wasn't for weeks. It was for months.
I talked to my husband, and he told me everything that his friend told him. Apparently, she's been telling him for months that he's not attractive enough to keep me for long. That love isn't everything, and that looks are important to everyone, and that people who say they don't care about beauty are lying. That pissed me off so much because for me, my husband is really beautiful and I love him more than anyone in this world. If I didn't think that, then I wouldn't have been with him for 13 years, and she knows that. And the worst part is that my husband believed her because she destroyed his self-esteem with those comments that aren't true just because she wants to manipulate him into sleeping with her. She has 2 boyfriends, or whatever you call them, and one of them apparently knows who I am. He told her that he would like to know if he could have a chance with me. That's why she's been messing with my husband's mind for all these months. At least, that's what she told us when we confronted her. She also admitted that she likes my husband, not romantically, but physically. And that's also why she wanted to convince him to sleep with her, because she's liked him for years. Honestly, I don't understand anything about the world of having 2 or more partners, and I'm not interested in knowing anything either. I just know that I find it disgusting. If you want to have a harem, that's up to you. Personally, I don't want that, and I find it disgusting that they don't understand it. Just respect people who don't want to live like that. Is that too difficult to understand? She apologized many times, but my husband didn't forgive her, and I don't intend to forgive her either. She behaved like an idiot, and it's impossible for her to win back our trust. On the other hand, my husband and I are fine. Of course, we've had a lot of talks about what happened these last few weeks and about our relationship, but we're fine. And that's all that matters to me, that our little family is well for us and our children.
Damn, she called her own man ugly.
She really did. I thought I was the only one that picked up on that.
Damn.
When did she call her man ugly?
She said that he's beautiful to me.
Yeah.
She might as well have said he busted in the face.
You know what I'm saying? He busted and disgusted, but he mine.
And I love him no matter what.
Way. But let's put this
matter what, yo.
Let's put this all in perspective real quick.
She a terrible person.
But he know he ugly.
You are so terrible to the point of you was trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You was trying to help your friend out to sleep with the wife, and you was trying to do whatever it is to go sleep with the husband. 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't believe.
First of all, I would like to recant and say that this is a fake story.
Yeah, this is. I don't think it's fake. Unfortunately, I still don't think it's fake. I think this is absolutely real.
It gets worse part is what pushed it to fake for me. First part, I could feel you, but then the second part, too many layers.
Nah, even with the second part, I'm still seeing real.
I think there.
Yeah, it's like my friend likes you. I already like him, so let's go ahead. And I happen to have an open relationship, so then let's go ahead and make you think that you should have an open relationship, so that she will then become available for him, even though I have not introduced her to him and got no consent from her that she's even interested in that. But I actually want you. So then let me go ahead and then break you. So then I don't even want you once I can have you. And there's a lot of. I mean, there are messy people.
I'm gonna tell you how sick this woman. I'm gonna tell you how sick
I'm
this
saying
woman
that makes sense because that's some bull.
This woman understood that there's another guy that likes the wife. Honestly, Thea, that's a byproduct. She wants the husband. That's the main course. If the byproduct happened, hey, good, you owe me one, whoever you are. But the whole main course was, I want the husband.
Not romantically, but physically.
Not romantic, but physically. That was it. The friend liking the wife and everything, that's if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But the main course was, I want your husband. That's it. I want to.
And I'm going to do whatever I can to get you.
Now, what I was going to say a little bit before though is there is a school of thought that says eventually everyone will betray you. Eventually. So I can see where that can become a brain worm, as they say, where it gets put in your head and it just festers and starts to play with you because people cheat every day, dog, and you don't even know what's happening. So that's how I got to him. And then if he's already ugly and she even know he ugly. So I mean that means he ugly. Okay. So he knows. He's been battling with an identity situation. Who knows how long?
And she taking advantage of it.
So it only takes a little nudge. He might be not even that ugly. He just could be homely. But just that nudge, when you've already been battling with identity for most of your adolescent or young adult life, it don't take much.
Not romantically, but physically. Aren't those sort of the same thing?
No, son, I never had
Parker,
it's the difference between attention and affection.
Down in its purest form. Romance. We go on dinners. We go on dates. I just put all of it in one big.
To the zoo. To
we
the
go
movies,
on dates.
to the
You
theater.
get seen in public. That's romance. That's romantic to get to physical.
Physical, you just there for the entanglement.
Physical is what time you need me to be over to the house.
Here we go. Romance, I like you. Physical, I like your body.
Yep, that's pretty much what it is.
Because people can be romantically involved and never touch each other because they're not physically attracted to each other, but they're emotionally connected, which sounds like old girl and her homely man. But then you got people. That's what
homely.
How you gonna tell me to stop calling them homely? You were calling the other girl all day sucker, stupid, calling the son this, that, and the third. I said homely.
I still did not get that from. I think he's beautiful.
He's a bottle of mayo in a world full of barbecue sauce.
Wow.
Anna,
you gotta admit that was a pretty good one.
I get it now. I get it. It took me a while, but I get it. I love you, but I hate you, but I love you. I get it now. I get it now. It makes perfect sense all the way around now. Foxy's videos of the week. You son of a bitch. We only have 3 tonight because I don't know how next week is going to be because of the industry I am in. I don't know if they're going to be busy because of Juneteenth or we ain't doing jack because of Juneteenth. So I don't know which direction next week is going to bring. So just in case it's the first part of it, want to get me some rest. So who knows? So the first one is We discussed this earlier today about conservatives who we don't hold a conversation with because there is no got you question you could get them. They know they're idiots, but they're being paid to be idiots. Here's a brand new idiot.
Let me introduce you to Candace Taylor. She's a newly elected district chair for the Republican Party in Georgia.
I'm not a scientist because that is a made-up job, but I know that the earth is flat, okay? Because if the earth was round, why would maps be flat? They can never answer that, okay? And people want to be like, well, oh, if the earth is flat, then what about night and day? I don't know. Let me think about it. Maybe because the earth is double-sided and God flips us over when it's time for us to go to bed and flips us back over when it's time for us to wake up, like I do with my husband. Like, use your brain. Use your head for a minute. If the earth was round like a globe, everything would be falling off of it. All the oceans will be dripping down it like ice cream, okay? Unless the earth is a DQ blizzard where nothing falls out. But even then, sometimes things do fall out and they do have to give you your money back. So that doesn't really make sense to me. They're trying so hard to make us think the earth is a globe. I see globes on TV, globes at my children's school. I saw a globe at Hobby Lobby, a place of worship. Hobby Lobby, there is a globe there. I mean, if I were a normal person, there would be a globe behind me, but I have a rotary telephone that's not hooked up to anything, so Bill Gates can't track me, okay? Because I'm using my head.
Elected. How are we supposed to get along with these people? How are we expected to respect the other side? Conservatives always get really upset when we question their intelligence. Here is your elected leader saying that the earth is flat and her evidence is a Dairy Queen dessert. I work with someone like this and it's absolutely exhausting. Yet at the same time, I just wish I had a fraction of their confidence, you know? Could I possibly be mistaken about something? No. It's the millions of experts who are wrong.
This is absolutely not real. No, I refuse.
It is real. That's my state. She's a real person. This is a real thing she did.
Tracy, every time they put stuff like this up, I look up the person. Every time I put videos up and I think it's a parody, I look the person up. She is an elected official.
Did she say she's not a legitimate scientist?
She said every last bit of it.
No, she said scientists are not legitimate.
Scientists, the people that went to universities and studied, but
because the universities are liberal school or liberal centers of indoctrination. This woman said Hobby Lobby is a place of worship.
God flips us over like a pancake, Tracy.
Like I do my husband. Do you physically flip your husband over?
My favorite part was she tried to play it off like we the dumb ones by going, well, we got night and day. Let me think. Maybe because God flipped us over, use our hands, people. Use our life.
And then here's the thing. See now, I
want to see God's spatula.
Yeah, that's an awful big
God
spatula.
Don't need a spatula. He don't got to use a spatula because his brain flip. But see, here's the thing. We actually, on the end of the earth are these two spits that stick into it so that it can rotate on the spindle. And it just, so he just got to flip it like that. But here's the thing. All right, genius lady, you said that the globe, it wouldn't work because the water will fall off of it, because you know nothing about centripetal motion. You know nothing about nothing. Right? If it wasn't in the book, you don't believe it's real. Okay. And you barely read the book, and I don't know what version you was in because it did that. I don't know nobody came away that stupid. But anyway, you say the water will fall off of the earth if it's a globe. But the water wouldn't fall off when God flips us over?
She compared the earth to a Dairy Queen blizzard.
When you flip.
A Dairy Queen blizzard.
I had meant to figure that one out, Foxy.
You got to send me this lady's video.
A place of worship.
Because Hobby Lobby was one of the first ones to stand up and oppose the evil legitimatized having rights. and they were the ones who made it so they would not allow
I
health
still refuse
insurance
to believe
companies to
this.
force people to help people with birth control.
I don't
So that
believe
made
this.
them
I do not believe that this
religious.
lady is real. I do not.
That's why I
I
don't
will
give a
not.
damn.
I told you.
I don't give a damn if I need
But this is what
sprinkles
I said.
or glitter or whatever. I ain't going to Hobby Lobby. I ain't buying nothing from Hobby Lobby. Ain't nothing I can buy from Hobby Lobby. I ain't going there.
No.
I literally have
Big
a
old scary
regular
place. Screw that.
GLC, she just made my IQ drop by 40
Just
points.
for chance. I don't know what JFC stands for.
Jesus effing.
Just for
Oh,
kicks?
okay.
No,
Thank
Jesus.
Effing
Yeah.
crap.
So, but here's the thing. Check this out, though. One of the points that the lady at the end made, she was like, "We these people we supposed to try to work with, and stuff." And it's like, first of all, once again, take me right on back to the media, and I'm not coming at the media like the right wing does. No, I'm talking about the media as far as their global system that's just trying to make money. And so they're the ones that are sitting there telling you that you're supposed to be reasonable and compassionate and work with you. No.
So Parker is saying that's not the real Kristen
I couldn't
Taylor.
believe
that
that. Nobody could say that stuff.
Okay. Because I looked up the name.
You said that ain't the real woman? Because that's one I saw.
That wasn't.
No, wait a minute.
But if Parker said it ain't real, it ain't real because he's real good with
Parker, yeah, I trust it.
9 out of 10.
What is it with the name Candace?
Thank you. I was going to ask that question myself. Why is it always somebody named Candace?
Woo.
She
Hold on, y'all. I'm finna do something real quick. Hold on.
No, I'm gonna look at this name.
Forgive me.
Oh wait, yeah. Wow.
Hold on.
Let me introduce you to Candace Taylor. She's a newly elected district chair for the Republican Party in Georgia.
I'm not a scientist because that is a made-up job, but I know that the Earth is flat, okay? Because if the Earth was round, why would maps...
You're right. That's not her.
Can't be.
That's not her. Dang it.
Look, hey, I'm going to have to do some digging because I swear I heard her in an interview talking about that damn flat Earth stuff. But anyway.
I looked at her lips a lot more than
Can
I looked
you
at
see
anything
this?
else. The real Candace lips are a lot thinner than the one that was in that video.
But also, nowadays, and I didn't even think about this, and that's why we gotta be much more careful now. The way that you can deep fake any and anything that you want to.
Yeah. AI.
So they can use your voice and everything. So
okay, thank you, Parker. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that's not her.
And she really purposefully, she had her hair a lighter shade. Yeah, it's very obvious that now that I look at the real woman.
Send me that video. Wow. I saw this earlier this week. The actual Candace Taylor made a video responding to the send me that video. I would love to look at that.
If we can vindicate somebody.
This is not that show where close enough, and no, we're not good. This is not that type of show.
Because I can't believe people can be that stupid. Nope, I just refuse.
I
to
can.
believe it.
I can.
That's why
I can believe that there are people out there that believe it.
Because you know who she sounds like.
I'll put it to you this way: if I didn't hear so many of the stupid things that these people say, I wouldn't believe it.
You know who she sounds like? That one that said, "Don't have an abortion because you could be carrying a Jesus."
That fetus might be a Jesus.
It might be a
Jesus. So sorry if y'all keep putting out this piece of crap all the time, and then somebody do a parody of it, and you made us look bad. Hey, wasn't hard to do.
Because I was reading the other articles that said she actually believes that the Earth is round, but all the other stuff, I'm like,
Hey, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll take everything back that I said. That wasn't her. I was completely wrong to put her on there, but I would love to get a hold of that video for her saying something bad. That is not that show. We are not defamatory on this show. You may still be an a-hole, but I don't know because now I realize I don't have any proof of that. So it will send me the video, and I would like to take a look at it. So I apologize because I don't burn stuff like that.
I mean, I would like to see her response to that, and I don't know, Theus, Tracy, are you both curious about?
Yeah, because I want.
I don't have much curiosity about anybody on the right, so I'll just take it that I was wrong and move on from there. Because I'm here to fight them. I'm not here to figure them out or understand them. So I don't care.
Gotcha.
But she does look an awful lot like the actual real one, though. That's why I was like,
there is enough features that just like
you could mistake them for sisters, though.
You could, but you see what I'm saying?
Hey,
how
one of the best ones was when Tina Fey used to impersonate Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah,
she rushed her from my house.
That impression, I'm still like, that was eerie. Because she literally changed none of Sarah Palin's words. Like, none of them.
I really liked the
yeah, but Parker emailed the rest of us.
I'm gonna try to get that video up.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna try to get that video up next week. I appreciate it. Thank you, Parker.
Parker, you're definitely Baby Mafia is Mafia member of the week. I have to say, you've been looking up stuff. You made sure that we knew. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she actually does look. I'm like, dang, she looked almost exactly
so I like her.
The
Yes,
lips are different, but the eyes are the same facial, the same structure. I'm like, okay.
If
we could situate a picture of the impersonator next to the real.
Let me see if I get. Yeah, let's use this one right here.
I'm starting to get sleepy, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, we can't let this go into Monday for reals.
Because then that's one day away from Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying. What did I say wrong?
Tracy coming in with the facts.
Right.
Bastard.
Right. That's the day after Tuesday. You know what happens after that?
Wednesday.
Be Wednesday before you know it.
Woo. Hump day.
Whatever. So next video, I'm speaking clearly for myself. I'm not speaking for nobody else. But everything this woman is talking about, yeah, this was my freaking childhood.
When y'all are saying that y'all used to drink from the hose, were sinks not an option?
For fuck's sake. Who's gonna tell him? You want me to tell him? I'll tell him. We weren't allowed in the house. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. Our childhood was like one never-ending episode of that TV show Survivor, okay? We are indestructible. We've never sat in car seats. Nobody's ever given us swimming lessons. We've all been either shot with a BB gun or stabbed with a fucking jart. The television stations had to make a commercial reminding our parents that they had kids. I shit you not. Every night on the 10 p.m. news, a voice would come on and say, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?" To remind our parents that they had fucking kids. So, no, sir, shirtless with the beanie, sinks were not an option.
Everybody had a curfew. And if you came in one too many times, you don't get back out.
And what was the curfew?
That's how it was with me.
What was
you
the
did all your
before the lights? You better come home before the lights turn.
I only heard the last part of that.
The street lights did not catch you. That was
as a kid before the street lights turn on.
Yep. Every Saturday. Every Saturday, you woke up early so you could watch cartoons. My thing was Cartoon Network Express because they had all the cool cartoons on it, except for GoBots. They sucked. But then I had to knock out all my chores. right? So there was a rush to get the bathroom clean, get the kitchen clean, make sure my room was right, and then I could go outside. So when you trying to bust, like you got all your cartoons out early before your parents really even kind of wake up in some cases, then you do your chores. By 10 a.m., everybody hits the street. Everybody out the door. You do not come back except to check in. Like, you had to check, at least in my family, you had to check in once every 2 hours. And then you could come back for lunch if you were hungry. That's it.
Yep.
Bring your butt up in there one too many times beyond them. Nah, just go on to your room. Just go on to your room. You all right? Just go on to your room.
We went places and we didn't even tell our parents where we was going. We just got on our bicycles and just sped off. Didn't tell them where we was going.
Somebody explain this to me.
These kids today, they just don't know.
Somebody explained this to me as a child, because even when I grew up and I looked at myself and go, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Okay, somebody explained this to me as a child. Why the hell do we keep letting that screen door slam? We know it's gonna piss mom off. Why do we let?
And now you know. But what happened in the 90s? In the 90s, they found a way to put them gas shocks on them screen doors.
Yep, so it would stop slamming.
Yeah.
Because us kids in the 80s, I think some of us were coming up missing.
Yeah.
Oh, and then back then we didn't have social media. So if somebody got kidnapped, you ain't know because they only showed up on a milk carton,
right,
or on a commercial for 10 seconds at night.
And there's maybe.
We went over to people's house. Our parents didn't know them. We just went and played video games. What was we thinking?
But back then though, your parents did. At least in my case, the parents did know. There were only certain houses you were allowed to go in. So you knew your parents knew one of three places you were gonna be. You're gonna be outside running around or wherever. They don't know exactly where you at. You're just out there. Or you're gonna be at Miss Johnson's house, or you're gonna be at Miss Susan's house. And because those are the only houses you were authorized to go into. Like my mom my mom and dad were like, you can go into this house and you go to that house. You ain't going to nobody else's house. If they going, you not going. And it was just that simple. And I'd be out all day.
Here's the
no, we was going over to people's house, my friend's house. My mother didn't know them people. She knew my friend, but she didn't know my friend's parents.
No, my parents knew the houses I was authorized to go into. Those were my friends, first of all. And second of all, they made it a point to know those parents.
Here's the deal for me is the same way that we used to go out. I never had that rule that you couldn't go in somebody's house. Why? Because the parents didn't want you in their house either, so I was never going to somebody else's house.
That was everybody else. The parents was like, no,
I got
go
to go
outside
in somebody's house is knocking on the door and standing in the living room going, "You ready to go? Okay, let's go."
And the hose water, he don't know what he's talking about.
House.
He didn't know what he's talking about because hose water, that was the best water to drink.
In the house. They sure as hell didn't want no stranger kid coming
nice
in the house.
Nice and cold, right?
It was cold and everything.
Oh,
and then you know what else was
good?
Good? In the summertime,
and it has some minerals.
When
we're talking about the hose water.
When the firefighters would come and open up the hydrants.
The hydrant.
That never happened where I was at. That
never happened in my world.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, y'all don't know, boy. Y'all missed out. That was.
I'm
New York
so
stuff.
sorry.
No, that happened in Indianapolis because they would do it. It would get so hot.
That ain't happening in Charlotte.
They're like, no, we're gonna just open this
up. It gets so hot. Y'all hot ain't nothing compared to Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama. Y'all don't know hot.
Right.
I don't know, but for us, it was hot. And so the police, the firefighters would come and open up the hydrant for about 20 minutes, and then they would leave. And then the ice cream truck, don't start me on the joys of the ice cream truck, because one, you had to have pictures so you could know what you wanted. You can't just go up to the ice cream truck talking about Never Willie.
Parker. We were the
ice cream truck you go into. That sounds like the kidnapper.
You should have. You have to have pictures to know what you want. How did you go to the ice cream machine?
The kidnapper van. You said you had to, I mean, there were pictures on the outside of the ice cream truck.
Yes, to see what you wanted. Yes.
Oh, you made it sound like you had pictures.
No, I looked at the pictures.
So you just going up to a random white van like, "Hey, mister, can I have some ice cream?" Sure, come on in.
I had to see the pictures of what they had so I would know. Well, I would always get the same thing anyway. The red, white, and blue freezy thing. Yep, I would get that
That came in the toilet roll paper? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all would open up the fire hydrants.
Yeah, we
I
did
got the
that,
chocolate
but then
chip cookie one.
then the fire department started doing it.
Parker, me and my friends had a pager, so what I'm responding to here, folks, is that Parker said that we'd feel old because he got a first phone at, like, what did it say, 5th grade?
Hold on, I'll bring it back up.
Who?
Parker?
My kids don't get a phone until middle school.
All of y'all
That's
feel
one.
old, but I had my first phone in the 5th grade, so it's like 10 or 11 years old. So most of the time, we were pretty easy to contact people. Yeah,
I didn't have a phone until I was like 20-some years old.
I ain't had a phone until
Well, they ain't come out till we were grown, Tracy.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, we had 2 quarters.
We had pagers, and
No, we didn't have pagers.
I
we
had
had
a pager.
2 quarters to go
I was
to that
grown
place
when I
called
got my
the
first
phone.
pager. I was out on my own when I got my first pager.
I was 17 when I got a pager.
I was 15.
I never
And then
got
I
a
was
pager, but I knew
18
what
when
they
I
were.
got a cell phone.
No, I was like
I was
way in my
grown.
20s.
I was grown and out of the
23.
house, but I got my first
22?
pager and my first cell
Somewhere
phone.
around there.
I'm so old. I remember when you had to have good credit
But
to
we're
get
a couple
cell
years
phone.
apart, so that
I
makes
remember
sense.
that too, Tracy.
You had to have good credit. Now they just throw cell phones
We had
at
to
you.
use my
Here,
credit
take
to get a phone.
Yeah, but also when you got a phone back then and they gave you a free phone, it was a free phone. Now they be like, hey, you got to lease this. So you're going to pay $40 a month. And if you break
your
it, you owe
phone
me
is
all
worth
of it.
$3,000 to $5,000.
They didn't have contracts back then.
No, they had
They had
contracts.
contracts.
Yeah, but you still
it
had to
wasn't.
lease.
But you got the phone. Like
You got the
here's
phone.
your
The phone was
You
yours
really
to
did
keep.
get it for free.
Shoot,
The
I
phone.
remember when you had to dial 1010 plus the number to dial long. Don't make me. Y'all gonna
Oh, I
make
ain't
me
dialed long distance, so I don't know. But I do remember that.
collect
You
calls.
better not.
I remember the one
It's like,
that
hey,
area
hold
code.
on. I'm gonna call you, but I need you to call me right back.
Yeah, that's how you get the
Yup.
Yeah, that's how you get your quarter.
My minutes ain't free till 8.
Yeah, don't call me till
That
after
too.
8 o'clock because that's when they free. MCI or MC.
And
Yeah,
text.
MCI.
MCI. Oh my gosh, we had MCI and they were
These kids ain't
nightmare.
gonna never know. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna never know the
But it's
joys
okay
of
though. That's how it works. Because
I know.
every generation, like what my youngest is gonna deal with, I can't even imagine. Right?
Yep.
So
Right.
we had
They
the
will
cell
say the
phones.
same thing.
Our parents had pay phones. Their parents didn't even have pay phones. So
They had them ones you had to take the number and dial.
I remember that.
yeah, but I was only inside
I
somebody's
remember
house.
rotary phones.
I remember
They had
rotary
party
phone.
lines where everybody had the same line.
Yes.
Oh, party lines were so fun.
I remember when you finally get
I
that
never
touch
used one of
phone.
them.
And my mom went and got that big long cord that could reach from the kitchen all the way into the back of her bedroom.
Oh, that's when you were fancy.
Was it curly or straight?
Yeah.
Curly.
Yeah,
They were curly.
Yeah,
and they always got tangled up.
And don't be fancy.
Get the cordless phone.
Get the cordless
You thought
phone.
you was on Main Street. You was
and
making
then thought you was being Billy because right around the cordless phones was the cell phone that was kind of coming out. So you would walk all the way up the street with the cordless phone, knowing damn well that signal ain't gonna reach your house. So if anybody called, but that ain't what you was doing it for.
I can't relate to that one. But I lived on base all my young life, except for a few exceptions. So.
Yeah, until you overcharged and you had to go buy another one. At the early part of being a kid, I remember my older brother having to use minutes for the allowed time you can call people, or you can only send X number of
text per month.
Yep.
Yep.
Where we were limited on megabits per month.
And there was no such thing as data.
Don't
sure
do
wasn't the cloud.
Please
What's
don't
the
do
cloud?
that.
You know what the cloud was? The thing in the sky. That's what clouds were.
The
things in the sky that kind of go back and forth and back and forth. That's what a cloud was to me.
When we were kids, rainbow didn't stand for nothing, and clouds actually was a collection of water moisture in the air.
In the sky.
That was literally what they were. And
And don't call.
First time we saw a mobile phone was Zach Morris.
Wait a minute.
Don't call it.
Hold
Don't
on.
call too late at night.
Hold on,
Don't
y'all.
call late. We will
Hold
sit
on.
there and tell you if I hang up, my mama woke up. Don't call back. I'll
Yeah,
call
don't
you.
call back. Wait a minute. Collect calls. Somebody call you collect. Oh my goodness.
They can still do that. They call you from the
I never
jail.
worried about that because my
No,
mom
they
would
can't.
phone bill.
They can call you. They can still call collect.
You can call collect.
As far as I know.
You can call a cell phone.
You have
collect.
a collect call from blankety blank correctional facility.
That was that's a collect call.
I do not know that. I thought collect
But you
calls
used to
were
be able to do a collect call, period. Like you could call from a payphone, hit 0, and a person would pick up the phone.
Yep.
And then you say dial this number.
Connect you.
Now that'll make you feel young, Parker. Yes, we had a time when somebody actually was on the other end.
Yeah, we
an
had
operator.
Operators. You don't know about them operators.
In your cell. I remember calling a certain number 317-555-1212. I can learn the time and the weather. Boom. If I want to know what time, what pick their phone like.
555-1212. I didn't remember that 317, but I remember that number too.
Yeah, it was the area code changed, but it was the same two things. They told you what time it was, and they told you what the temperature was.
Yep.
Now you just look at your cell phone, and be like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and move on. We're doing pretty good. It's still Sunday.
Pretty good, nothing, man.
It's 10:30. We got plenty of time.
10:33, but
keep it rolling.
Okay, so I'm not saying I'm looking forward to going into a gender neutral bathroom. But if I get the bathroom like this, I'm looking forward to going into a gender neutral bathroom.
When y'all are saying that y'all used to drink from the hose.
No, that's the one we just saw.
Wrong one.
Where did Marlon go?
Yeah, why are we just...
Yeah, he left us. You know, I don't understand the whole thing about the gender neutral anyway. You know what? All they had to do, first of all, if a woman come in and go into the stall, then go on into the stall. I think you would brave something or other anyway to come into a men's restroom and try to go use a stall anyway. You brave. Because that's nasty.
I don't use public bathrooms in the first place. That's why I go at home.
Right.
And they have gender neutral bathrooms in Europe.
People just want something to be alarmed about, and it's just, and they'll find anything different and then demonize that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got women, you got that's how they say it now, biological boys.
Mm-hmm.
When they're talking about transgender women, biological boys going into the women's restroom. Let me hit you up on something. If somebody need to pee, they just gonna go pee. We're not hearing about a bunch of people being attacked in the restroom. Now, does it happen? Yeah, it happens every once in a while. Every once in a while, you do have some sick people out there. But what happens way more often? People getting shot. People getting abducted. You're not gonna be able to get to my kid. And then, first of all, when mine was little, I had girls. All I had were girls. So if they had to go to the restroom when we were in public, they went with me to the men's restroom. Didn't traumatize name one of them because they walk in with me. We go and we close the stall door. I help them go to the bathroom and then we go back out. And when they were a little bit older, I'd send them into the women's restroom and I'd stand right there by the door and I'd wait for a woman to either, if the kids are taking too long, I will wait for a woman that looked like a mama to come out and I'd be like, can you go check on my child? Or I would get somebody who has their little kid with them and send them in there. I mean, maybe I was lucky. I don't know.
People just want to make things difficult. You know what? You know where you have gender neutral restrooms? In your house. You have gender neutral bathrooms in your own home. You do not designate this bathroom is for the men and this bathroom. No, you don't do that. Shut up. Shut up.
And And you know what's funny now? A lot of the bathrooms, they're like that anyway. It's just they're not advertised as gender neutral. They're called family restrooms.
Family room.
Or they just got both signs on the door. And because you go to Chipotle, they got 2 doors. You go to either one of them, whichever one you want to go and do. They're right there. You can if somebody's in there, it's locked.
No, I love all these people. When I'm going, if I ever made the mistake of going to public restrooms, which I really try not to do, because I ain't one for public restrooms, no way. But my job is to get in the restroom, use the restroom, wash my hands, get out of there as soon as I don't care who's in the stall next to me. I don't care.
But these people are taught to be afraid. They're fed fear all day and day.
All right, everybody. I found the video. Sorry about that. It took me a while.
And this keeps people talking about very superficial, not really mattering issues.
Like hunger.
And then meanwhile, we have kids going hungry. We have women can't get abortions. We have, and a lot of times abortions are not any kind of birth control. It is that fetus is no longer viable and it needs to be removed.
And I think I've said this before, but this is where the left screwed up. This is where the left screwed up, because the left screws up like this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The left went with, we're going to counter whatever the right's saying. So the right was saying no abortion. And the left decided to counter with, a woman should be able to have an abortion whenever she wants to. Wrong argument. You need to be focusing on the fact that a woman should have autonomy of her health care. A woman should have autonomy of her body.
Yeah.
See, if you have fought on her rights, then it might have been a little bit different. But we get sucked into what the right is saying. And the right, they always going to win in the mud. They get down in there and you
They know how to
lose.
sling it. I give them credit for that. They know how to sling it. They know how to sling it. They know when to sling. They know how to.
But it's funny because, and we say this, I try not to call them stupid, even though a lot of times many of them are very simple-minded. Mm-hmm. But when you're dealing with a simple-minded audience, you don't need a complex message.
Nope.
Nope.
The people on the right are predisposed to just absorb things and take it on faith and run. That's what they are predisposed to do. But the people on the left are so varied. There's such a huge variety of people on the left, and we challenge everything. So you can't come to us and say, Christians bad. And then we all go, Christians are bad. Yep, Christians are bad. It's not going to work. But on the other side, you can say, transvestites are bad. Yep. They all bad. They all bad.
Oh.
And then they'll just run with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me get
That's
this
why
video
Hillary lost.
Let me get this video out. Wow. Yeah. I don't even have an argument with that. I don't even want to feel like even giving that very special introduction to this video anymore, because we already gave the good stuff away. So I'm just gonna play the video. Unisexual bathrooms.
You know our love was meant to be the kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you here with me. From tonight until the end of time. You should know everywhere I go, always on my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Baby, you're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Wanna have you near me?
Lip syncing was terrible.
Stupid. That video's stupid. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I walk in the bathroom and I hear them hitting them acapellas like that, I ain't gonna be singing along. But I showed up be sitting there just.
I'm not staying in a public bathroom that long.
I'm sorry, it'll stink, it'll smell bad, but I'll still be like, one of y'all gonna have the flu tomorrow, though.
Now,
granted, I don't care where it is.
Best song that we've had this
And the
week.
acoustics of a bathroom.
Oh my God.
I'm not staying in a public bathroom that long. That's
old school
disgusting.
bathroom thing is get you a quarter in the school bathroom. Learn how to beatbox. Get that bass beaten off every corner of the bathroom. Woo.
I ain't do all that.
I did.
Just like I was never the one who hung out in the bathroom to smoke or got into the bathroom to fight or none of that. I ain't do none of that stuff coming up.
I'm coming
That
in the
wasn't me.
bathroom, use it, wash my hands, and leave.
In fact, I didn't use the bathroom in school. I
Wait till you
just
get
didn't,
home.
and I'm the same way now. When it comes to being at work, I will go pee. At school, I might go pee. I'll never do number two. I will go home first.
You didn't use the bathroom at school. We couldn't use the bathroom at school. Like
That's because y'all were a bunch of bad kids.
It's only one thing we could do in the bathroom, and I'll give you a hint. It wasn't number two.
That's because y'all was fast.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out what else could you do in the bathroom.
They were having sex in the bathroom, Tracy.
Oh, thank you.
Having sex in the bathroom. Ooh.
Were you?
Some people were.
You could only do the number one in the bathroom, Tracy. We couldn't do a number two.
Well, why would you do a number one or two in the back? Wait till you get home.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, if you got to pee, you got to pee.
If you gotta go, you gotta go.
You people that can hold that for whatever 6 hours or whatever it was, however long you.
It is not healthy for.
It ain't healthy my foot. You ain't gonna make it. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna put myself in pain.
No, yeah, it's just something. It's not healthy.
Public bathrooms are. Ugh.
They're very disgusting.
Ugh, disgusting, terrible, nasty. I'm not gonna hurt myself. No.
You know what's funny though? When you see those signs that say "Don't flush the toilet with your feet," I'm like, you ain't talking to me because I'm flushing it with my foot.
I'm
not touching that. I'm not touching that thing.
Because it's either not gonna get flushed or it's using my foot. What you want? Which one you want?
One of the two gonna happen.
So
I'm not using my hand.
A really nice compromise here is putting gloves into a bag or something. I don't know. If you have to touch something out there, don't touch where the public's been touching.
I ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna just use my foot. It's right there. Put that right on the handle.
What you had was a good idea, Anna. I'm just not gonna do it.
Yeah,
now, granted, we just came out of COVID when I probably might have done it.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
I did kind of.
I wore a mask until I got my shot, and I was one of the first ones to get my mask up.
I was scared because I never stopped working during COVID, Anna. So yeah, you will catch me putting gloves on when I left the office. So whatever I touched, and I had my garbage can, I put a garbage can inside my office, obviously, but I had a garbage can outside the office. So everywhere I went, if I went outside my office, I put gloves on. I throw those gloves away before I went inside. And immediately put some sanitizer on and everything else. So yeah, right.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta
we just came out of a plague.
Me and Foxy talked about that the other day. Whoever knew that COVID would become a period in life? Like people always said, post-pandemic, post-pandemic.
Well, to be fair,
kind of talking like we're out of it, and we're not.
No,
George W. Bush and Barack Obama both told us. They each told us, pandemic is coming. George W. Bush was obsessed with the idea that a pandemic was coming.
Was he lying?
So he set Barack up to be ready with stockpiles and contingency plans, and then Barack just had to keep it going. And then came Trump.
Drink bleach.
We don't need that.
Just
drink
drink bleach.
Some sun on you.
You put the country in danger while you was in office. You put the country in danger after you got out of office. You a special kind of
You're
special.
still putting.
You're a special kind of special, dude. You always wanted to be special. Trump,
Hey,
you are
he's
special.
the only one. He's the first ex-president that's ever been charged with a felony.
He would definitely. He has secured his spot in the history books.
He got 3 spots in the history book. Twice impeached, then indicted, and he got what 3 more that could be possibly coming.
You got you still
got a conviction now.
You still got Georgia.
And you still have the January the 6th. They still haven't started. There still hasn't been.
They're not gonna get him on Jan 6th. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that now.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on that one.
I think they're gonna get him.
The only reason I say that, Tracy, is because look at the time frame. The box discovery happened after January 6th. And that went a lot quicker. We're still worried about January 6th, and we're going on now 2.5 years.
No, that's fine. The time isn't the issue for me. It's just it's a weaker case. It's all circumstantial.
And you
now he might have this Jack Smith dude he's a cold cat. So he might have some testimony going on.
And the judge who presides over it, I think she's gonna pull up.
She may or may not do something. I think we're gonna wait and see. Because she got put on such blast.
My foot is cramping. Sorry. Be right back.
So she may or may not do something. We're gonna find out. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and close the show out. And I'm sorry for anybody who watches this. But, and I have to say this with a kind heart, I try to be fair on this show. I really do. Unfortunately, we have 2 people on this show whose names I'm not going to say, who just determined to be trolls and determined to do the Red House thing and and Red House when we're not on the subject, and the Red House when we done moved on, and the Red House when we ain't even talking about anything like that. So I have got a countermeasure to the Red House. Why? Just for these reasons.
Why, yes, I'm an evil left-wing sheeple snowflake working for the deep state, here to force your wives to get abortions and then leave you for transgender lesbians. Yes, it was us Antifa that stormed the Capitol to make you all look bad so that we can take your guns, spread communism, and blast Cardi B in your churches. And you're never gonna stop us, 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 you're never gonna stop us.
Is it over, Thea? Is it over?
We don't know. You know Marlon, he gonna hit the button again just because that's what he do.
Why, yes, I'm an evil left-wing sheeple snowflake working for the deep state, here to force your wives to get abortions and then leave you for transgender lesbians. Yes, it was us Antifa that stormed the Capitol to make you all look bad so that we can take your guns, spread communism, and blast Cardi B in your churches. And you're never gonna stop us, 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 you're never gonna stop us.
I feel like he's gonna go into the YMCA thing.
I love that song.
Red House is still better.
Like I said,
we all have our tastes.
We sure do.
My taste is good.
In your opinion.
Tracy, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find all of my fantastic videos at tracymediallc.com.
Anna, you feeling better?
Getting there.
You getting there? Okay.
Magnesium cream helps.
I understand. Well, just in case you missed it.
Why, yes, I'm an evil left-wing sheeple snowflake working for the deep state, here to force your wives to get abortions and then leave you for transgender lesbians. Yes, it was us Antifa that stormed the Capitol to make you all look bad so that we can take your guns, spread communism, and blast Cardi B in your churches. And you're never gonna stop us, 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 you're never gonna stop us.
He took us down for that.
Oh boy.
Love that song.
Is it safe to come up?
Yes, Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
BoreliaEtc.com. It's written like somewhere right up there. 2 R's, 1 L. And it's summertime. Be very careful. Well, it's about to be summer. Be careful outside.
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna waste y'all's time telling y'all where to find me. Check this out. But here's the thing, right? I saw on YouTube a special on Borrelia. It was actually about Lyme disease with ticks. So it's like Lyme.
That's the scientific. Borrelia is Lyme disease. That's why I say etc.
Yeah. But they were saying like there was like other stuff, like you said with the etc. Right? There's other stuff that's like tied to it. But though y'all should really look into this for real, because like the ticks, a baby tick, the larva is so small. You cannot see it unless you are specifically staring for it. It's like very, very like tiny. And so it can get on you and feed. And if it's had an opportunity to be on you for 2 or 3 days, that's all the time it really needs to be able to infect you with the Lyme disease. So if you can get to it fast enough, then you'll be okay. Or you can get to a doctor if you start to show symptoms.
There is mixed science around how long a tick needs to be attached. There is recorded, all it took was 15 minutes attachment and illness still got through. There's bacteria right in their mouth parts. So,
which makes sense because everybody has their own chemistry, and you don't know what the reaction is going to be.
We have bacteria in our mouths, so yeah.
But yeah, y'all should check
our
it out.
Bacteria is not compatible.
Yeah, please go to
and the ticks. The ticks have been moving. Like they were talking about the spread and how they're moving like across the country and into Canada now. And they're like, how'd they get these thousands of miles from the East Coast?
It's supposed to be really bad this year. So please, folks,
it is going to get worse every year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it. Like we used to have 30% of ticks infected. We're now at 50% ticks infected. At one point, we will get there. It's just a matter of time. All of them will be infected.
So, y'all, protect yourself, get you some off. And when you're going to go through high grass and high stuff like that, make sure that you tuck your socks so that your socks go
your
over
pants into your socks. Yeah.
Yeah, your pants go into the socks.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Theus.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Theus. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ until you.
That is our show for tonight. I appreciate Tracy. I appreciate Anna. I appreciate Theus. And we will see you when we see you. Peace.
Thank you, Lindsey Graham, for making all of this possible.
And you're never gonna stop us, 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 and you're never